I need one of you to say, I would play D&D, but I don't know the way.
I would play D&D, but I don't know the way.
Then you have my sword!
Wow.
That was the entire bit.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it. That was the whole bit.
That's why
the
you've
only
been on
thing
the
I can
floor.
think of in like the 3 minutes I had.
It was like, oh my God.
Incredible.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of High Rollers D&D. The show, you never know what's going to happen next on this show.
Never know what's going to happen.
You never know what's going to happen next.
At least you got
Where will I
outshot
come
this
from
time.
next week? The ceiling, perhaps. Who knows?
It's going to get more and more risque.
Mark's flat becomes like one of those hamster runs of tubes everywhere, so he can like
Tubes
pop out of places at the side, above.
Yeah.
Sneak attack. There.
Excellent. Well, welcome everybody. I'm your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Humes, and this is High Rollers D&D. It's a weekly D&D show. Here, we're a bunch of UK people. We play D&D. It's a great time, and that's it. Here's my friends.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. We've got Rhiannon, Tom,
Hello.
Katie, Trot, and Kim. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone today?
Very good. Hyped.
Feeling like
Pumped.
a warrior of light, to be honest.
Yeah.
A Warrior of Light, yes, we
Yeah.
did just have 4 of us just participated in our big epic raid on Final Fantasy XIV, the award-winning MMORPG free trial available now. And we had a very good time doing it.
Not sponsored.
We are going to jump into, we got some things to talk about first, and we'll jump into our recap. But before anything, Chris Trott is going to tell you all about today's 2 sponsors. One, our recurring friends from D&D Beyond, and then also a brand new sponsor, Ink and Lyre. Chris Trott, take it away.
Correct. The Ink and Lyre have a new exciting Kickstarter campaign going on right now. A campaign setting, not Kickstarter campaign, a campaign setting for 5th edition that... You know what? It's easier if I just show you the video that they've done. They do a much better job. So here is the next 40 seconds of video.
Welcome to Aerois, a new campaign setting for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, where your destiny is written in the stars. Explore one of 12 new subclasses available for the canon D&D classes, and tie them directly to your background with factions that have been intricately woven into Aurorian lore. Destiny is calling, adventurer. Look unto the heavens. Your story is in the stars.
To the stars, I say! To the stars! Chris Trott, tell us more about
That's right.
The
Stargaze
So-
distance he's getting out of that sword.
This has been very successful already. It was fully funded in 29 hours, and it's a robust Zodiac-based character creation system, which is pretty cool. 23 locations, like it said in the video, 12 subclasses, 3 races, dozens of NPCs, monsters, spells, and magic items. There are stretch goals for the project that include an adventure module, divine avatars, mythic level creatures, and rules for exploring a new plane of existence that is unique to the Zodiac. And the Kickstarter ends on August the 18th, so make sure you go check it out very soon. There is a link. Please click the link. Thank you. They've also made a custom character sheet for the Stargazer's Guide to Aerois as a limited giveaway. So everyone who pledges in the next 72 hours, which is noon CST, do the time, buddy, change to the GMT, BST, on Wednesday, they'll receive a full color and printer-friendly version for their characters. So next 72 hours, go pledge. Pledge allegiance to the Stargazer's Guide.
Make sure you do it by clicking our link in chat and in the video description
Has to be
below
our
to let
link.
them know
Look,
that
this
you
is the
came
Kickstarter.
from High Rollers.
It's back. It's already
Man.
done. It's already fully funded. Look at this
Artwork's
awesome
really beautiful.
artwork.
I had to flick through the book.
Yeah.
Some very cool ideas, very unique take on the whole kind of campaign setting and
Yeah.
character create.
And they're all unique
additional
zodiac
content.
signs as well. Like, these are created star signs. Very cool.
Very, very cool.
Lamentium.
Yeah. Look at all this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could
Lovely
go on for
artwork. Everything you
Ages.
want.
Very
Not
good.
that.
Very
One
good.
of those.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Go check them out. Ink and Lyre. Thank you. And
Perfect.
secondly, of course, one could not go with the High Rollers without speaking of our ongoing sponsor, D&D Beyond. And guess what? You think they've just got enough. You know, there's enough. There's so
There's
much
enough.
in D&D Beyond.
How could there
too
be any
much.
more, Chris Trott?
Well, I fucking tell you, there's going to be some more coming because I looked at a recent Dev Talk video.
Fucking tell you.
I will. So much is coming up that I won't be able to cram it into this little bit, but there are new books coming. There's The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, Strixhaven, Fizzband's Treasury of the Dragons. They're all available for pre-order right now, so go get those. But a big one for Mark coming soon. You may not know about this already, Mark. The ability to save and resume combat encounters. Even if you close
That's
the
actually
tab.
legit amazing.
Yeah. So you accidentally close the tab, you refresh the page, it will save, and you'll be able to resume combat encounters where they left off.
Literally was thinking about that today because I forgot to save all the initiatives and the hit points from last week's fight, and I had to go through the video. I had to track it down, write down all the initiatives again. Would you
That's
imagine?
coming very soon, that one. And
Oh, that's
maybe
a pog.
do you want a little tease of what's coming for the rest of us? There is
guess
a
so, yeah.
thing
I mean-
called inventory containers. So your bags are holdings, your chests, your bags. You want stuff
Hell
within
yeah.
stuff in your inventory? That's coming soon too.
I
Grab it in my luxury
Okay.
chest.
That's
pretty
another big pog.
That you never
That's a big
use.
pog right
Can we
there.
get a big pog? There it is.
Oh,
It's a big
pogs
pog.
all round.
That's amazing. No, like these are the kind of features that I genuinely love coming to D&D Beyond because they are something which you constantly use, and also things like that inventory management, like the bags within bags, like it's something which a lot of other games mechanicize, and so seeing that slow, like that's a really good way. Like it actually means that stuff will matter rather than it just being junk that you will write down in a big list or you don't remember. Like actually
Now,
remembering
yeah.
what's in what means that it
Also-
will have an impact on gameplay.
Now, this might be a feature request for D&D Beyond, but I'd like it so that Mark could pre-make a container, say a chest or a bag, and then when he hands it to one of us, or whatever, or we collect it, it's already in there. That would be nice.
Badass.
Oh,
So it's like,
Just give you
here's
like
the
a
items.
bag and say like, here's the loot from the guy, but you wouldn't know what was in it until it was in your inventory.
Yeah. Or even
That's
like
awesome.
we can't open it until we do a particular thing, and then we just have this container.
The DM
on us. We have
unlocks
no
it,
idea
yeah.
what's inside.
That's a feature request right there, D&D Beyond. If anyone's there, thank you, please.
Which of course they are, Chris Trott.
all the time.
They're always watching, always listening.
Wonderful.
Amazing. Super great new features. We love D&D Beyond. Again, please use the link in the chat or in the video description to go and subscribe or create an account or wherever it is. It shows that you've come from High Rollers, and that means that they're more likely to sponsor us in the future and keep working with us. And it's really awesome.
Yes.
Nice, amazing.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you very much to both of our sponsors, D&D Beyond and Ink and Lyre. Thank you for supporting the stream today. A couple of quick things from me regarding extra content. Animal Adventures Faraway Sea is now up on our YouTube. We did a special one-shot for Steamforged Games. That is now available to watch on YouTube. We played it live in the studio, so if you miss seeing us all hanging out together and playing D&D around a physical table, definitely go and check that one out. It includes, in the video description, a link to the late backers option. So if you missed out on backing the Kickstarter, you can go and grab the Kickstarter as a late backer now. The link is in the video description there. Please use the link again because it shows Steamforged that you came from our video and supports us as well. We love Steamforged. The set's done incredibly well. Over 500,000 on
Wow.
Kickstarter raised for Animal Adventures. It's done super duper well. People are very excited about it. My friend Ginny's written one of the an adventure for it as well. It's got amazing miniatures. Really awesome package. You should definitely go and check it out. Speaking of awesome things, we also did our first Avatar Legends game on the Thursday just gone. It was
Hell
super
yeah.
fun. It's a brand new RPG system based on Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. And we're playing through a two-shot. For that. And the first part was on Thursday. That should be going up on YouTube soon. Kim, Tom, do you have a day?
Monday.
Soon. Monday, it will be going up. So you can check that out then. And then the second part and the final part is on this Thursday at 8 p.m. UK time here on twitch.tv/HighRollersD&D or twitch.tv/Yogscast. Come on, check it out. It's actually super fun. The characters they're so fitting for the show. Like, it really feels like an episode from Avatar, which is amazing. The players are really leaning into it. Super dope. Super dope. Come and check it out. And again,
Super duper.
use the links and stuff to check out all the backer information and stuff like that. Kickstarter launches for that August 3rd. So Wednesday, I believe. Or Tuesday.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Tuesday.
One shot, 2 parts.
Katie, do you want to talk about Trell Pin?
Hello. We have a new pin. It's Tralamar.
It's Trelly Belly.
And he's got his little rope as well. And it's very, very cute. Woo!
Look at him. He's a little,
Look
his
at
little
that.
grumpy face.
Very cute. But Trell is limited edition, so he is up now on the store. You may also notice that the Fresh Merch store has only got a couple of products on it at the moment. That is because we are in the middle of a big warehouse move, so all of our stock is moving warehouse. It will be back. Hopefully soon. We'll let you know on Twitter when it is. But at the moment, you've got Trell Pin, we've got our lovely Starbane coffee mugs, and our original mug of holding as well. So go and grab some mugs and pins now. Thank you.
Yep. And then all the merch will be back on there as soon as it's transferred over. And like Katie says, keep an eye on our Twitter for announcements like that. We'll also announce it on stream as well. So you can follow on that as well. The only other thing I had to mention was a reminder that we are less than 5k subs away from 100k on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, we all understand that numbers at the end of the day aren't really a big thing, but hitting those little milestones like 100k is very good for morale.
So nice.
And we would we'd love to get a little plaque for High Rollers.
We get a plaque.
So we are less than 5k away.
plaque.
So go and just convince
Get
your
the plaque.
friends. Be like, hey friends,
I really want the
subscribe
plaque.
to this. What's
Get
that?
the plaque. Get the plaque.
You want a plaque?
We want
Numbers
the plaque.
don't matter, but we want the plaque.
But we want
Yeah.
the plaque.
Oh, whatever, but 100k though, huh?
100k. Yeah, big milestone though.
100k.
Yeah.
Imagine where the plaque could go, right here.
And also just, again, tell your friends, there is two major campaigns, a whole host of one-shots, mini-series. If your friend's like, I don't know what to watch, there's so much on YouTube, I'm bored, I want something to put on in the background while I play video games like Final Fantasy 14. Tell them, well, you should subscribe to High Rollers and play that. We're not sponsored by Final Fantasy 14,
No.
but if Square,
No.
if you'd like to, do let me
Yeah.
know.
I mean, we
I could
should.
run a one-shot
But
setting on
unless-
Nausea. I could run a one-shot, though. Easy, though, right? I
Unless-
could.
Oh, I could play a
Get Starsea of Fire
Anyway...
again. Edgelord away.
No, Rhiannon's, if we did a one-shot, Final Fantasy 14 one-shot, Rhiannon would just be gambling in the gold saucer for 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
just a big
racing
cat.
one shot though.
So
On that note, unless anybody else has anything else, let's get some dun-duns, and I will do the recap. Welcome back to Aerois. Seeking to aid Sentry in her quest to rescue the Guardian race, the party have reached the Conduit Tower in the City of Glass. Outside, above the transmuted city streets, the party faced off against a flying war machine controlled by Overlord Voracitor, leader of the Hadar corrupted Guardians, who now call themselves the Dominators. Destroying the airborne construct, the party rush down and into the tower itself, where they find Herald and 2 other Guardian allies defending the tower. Herald explains that the magical devices used to power the conduit were damaged since she was last here, and she needs their help to repair it. Working together, the party restore the ancient Solvin enchantments, but as they took the final steps to do so, a giant construct smashed sections of the tower to assault them, and as the battle goes on, Sentry is called to the conduit above to begin the ritual, whilst the others must defend the power crystals as it goes on. And we are going to be jumping into combat, but do you want to cut to the big group shot, Trot? I do want to make a quick note, because people that follow this along and people that like focusing on the mechanics and design, and especially the homebrew stuff, I've made a balance tweak to something which would have made a big impact last week. I've actually tweaked some of Lucius's abilities and his magic item, his prismatic gauntlet, because there was a lot of debate last week about the concept of like what counts as a spell, and does like a magical energy blast from a Magitech thing count as a spell? Should he be able to control it? Should it be able to be affected by Spellbreaker? And I've made some tweaks to that. Lucius's abilities will now be able to kind of alter Magitech, and maybe things like Dragon's Breath and stuff like that. Spellbreaker is still going to be a little bit more limited, but just wanted to let people know that I have changed that, so it didn't work before. And that's still for
acid and cold, so as long as whatever's casting it.
Although your chromatic control, you can turn any energy form into acid
into that,
cold, and then your gauntlet can combo with it. But it's just like a little bit of stuff, because it was kind of going against the design of something fun for Trot to do that was really cool, but also it just wasn't getting used because the wording of it was so specific, and it's going to be a little bit changed. Spellbreaker I think is fine. I'm not going to change it. Yeah. So little bit of housekeeping. I just want to let people know about that stuff. This is one of those issues with having a lot of homebrew monsters and items, and especially working in a world which has Magitech, where it's magic but it's not a spell. It kind of gets a bit loosey-goosey. So I just wanted people to know. And also, it's a good sign that as a DM, it's okay to change stuff. Like, you don't just have to commit to it and be like, well, that's how I wrote it. That's how it's going to be forever.
Absolutely. So, especially when you beef up my character. I'm all for it.
Well, it will also affect other people as well, because like I think like it's just a general kind of overview of like certain things. So like I think it will come into a play for a bit of other people as well. However, today we are starting in the middle of a combat. We are currently in this glass tower. Most of the glass so thick it becomes fogged and clouded like ice, as we have most of the party stood around a kind of central area with this kind of giant, these 4 crystal lenses diverting magical energy up into the tower of the ceiling of the tower where the conduit is being charged. We have these giant arms, these construct titan arms have reached through and are punching and shooting cannons and doing all of this crazy stuff, as everything is being prepared to fight. But the last thing we had was Sentry. You heard Herald calling to you from above, basically saying, you need to come up here now. We need to begin the process. You kind of hear Herald speaking down like, Sentinel Prime, we must perform it now. I fear that if we leave it longer, this is our one chance to activate the conduit before it's destroyed, before more of these things arrive. There are feral guardians swarming everywhere. We must do this now. And she calls down to you, impressing that this is urgent. But you also, as she calls it out, you hear some sort of smashing sound, like a section of wall breaking above you as well. As you hear that, the rest of you see that the conduits are still channeling this power up into the ceiling, and these giant robot-like arms are protruding through. And we are going to kick things off with Ayla, starting off the top of the bat.
Hello. Cool. So, whilst that's going on, the big face is gone now, yes?
Yes, you destroyed the Titan's head. You destroyed this giant dominator called Destructor. You destroyed the head of Destructor, and now you just have the 2 giant hands and arms to deal with.
Cool. Can I just shout to Herald, do I still need to hold this power? Are you good? Do you need more juice?
No, you must continue the power. We must continue it until the ritual is completed.
So I can't really do too much without... Can I stand in this place and channel the power whilst also giving the hand next to me a bit of a smack?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Yeah? Oh, okay, I'll do that then. That's fine. I just didn't want to disrupt.
Yeah, like the idea is that you're kind of holding onto these kind of almost like chains, like these magically charged chains. You can let go of one briefly to kind of whack, and then you can grab it again, you know, whilst you're doing that.
I only rolled a 2, so that's a 15.
It's not enough rare for Ayla, but yeah, this one actually kind of, you know, being able to trying to kind of focus on channeling the arcane energy and attacking distracts you enough that it doesn't quite have the force you were hoping it would.
The next one's a 26.
That does hit.
Okay.
This is the right hand.
So,
I'm just gonna write this down in my diary. Ayla missed an attack.
Yeah, I know.
On a
that is
giant
20.
Happens rare.
20 points of damage. I just slipped, okay? I slipped.
20 points of damage.
You got a lot going on.
And
saving
then
throw?
a dex save.
15.
Ooh, fail. 19 lightning damage.
19 points of lightning damage. The hammer,
lightning damage.
the hand.
Remember when I could only get one?
Yeah.
Every time. One.
You feel it dents the side of this armor, and the lightning arcs up the hand and into the arm and out of the tower down to whatever body this thing may be part of. And yeah, you definitely feel like you've dealt a heavy blow there, Ayla. End of turn. All right,
Yes,
we have
please.
Lucius followed by Nova. So Nova, you're on deck after Lucius.
Lucius is going to cast Chromatic Orb at 4th level, and he's going to twin it to hit both.
Oh, very nice. Go for both hands at the same time.
It's his last bit of juice.
Yep. So 2 attack rolls, 1 damage roll.
First one's probably not going to hit. It's a 14.
That does not hit,
Second
unfortunately.
one is a 20, though, to hit.
That does hit. So is the second one the right or left?
I'll say the right.
Okay.
34 points of acid. Let me just double check for ones. Yep, 34 points of acid.
34. So the cannon hand, and Sentry's currently holding this giant cannon arm up in the air. That one you miss. A Sentry kind of pushes it up to kind of avoid it shooting everybody. The orb just strikes a section of the tower, melting through sections of the glass. The second one, though, the one that Ayla just hit, this orb of orange light splashes against it, and again this kind of globule acid spreads all over it, sizzling it away.
9 points to the one I missed.
To the left hand, 9 points. Marvelous.
It's more like
Fantastic.
he tuts, it's like, and throws it because he missed.
Yeah, you pull off like a section of orange, light and color, and throw it up there. You can see that right hand now is quite heavily damaged. You can see that it has absolutely taken some nasty blows to cause it significant damage.
Cool.
Lucius, do you want to move? Any movement or anything?
No, I think I'm all right where I am. I'm just going to shout out, it's like, hold strong. We haven't got too long to go, I'm sure.
Nova Vija. Oh, it's up to Sentry. Sentry's got to get up there and use this conduit.
I am going to channel the wall of light to shoot a beam of radiance out at the hand that is attacking Ayla.
How much of the... Did you use the beam before, Kim, last week? I can't remember.
Once. I've tracked it.
Yeah, so
I've
this will be 20
I've ticked
feet
off one.
is out. Perfect.
Cool, yeah.
You're tracking
Yeah, 20
it.
feet
That's
is
all
out.
I need to know. Because it's currently
27
vertical.
to
It's like a
hit.
big vertical column, isn't it? Yeah, 27
Yeah,
hits.
it's up because I tried to block the big head.
Yeah,
big
the head.
I rolled 3 6s, so 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21 points of radiant damage.
Points. The beam kind of burns a radiant hole through, a laser beam through parts of the hand, like maybe severing one of the fingers. Kind of cuts through it like a laser.
It's fingies.
Excellent. Any movement, Nova?
No, I'm
You
going
do
to
need to
stay where
stay
I
in
am,
position
channeling the
to charge in
conduit.
this. Alrighty.
Yep.
Okay. The right hand, kind of sensing that Ayla is not the best target, but not really having any other choice, it is going to attempt to punch and then grab Ayla once more. That is a 28
Yup.
to hit. So that is going to be 25 points of damage, half that to 12 because you're raging. But you are grappled, and whilst you are grappled, you are restrained as it grips onto you, and you can feel these kind of red crystals in the palms and fingers beginning to try and drain your life away as it does so. Sentry.
Okay. I'm torn in twain. I
Is
think
there any
Sentry's
information you would like to help make a decision?
So there's a smash coming through the ceiling. Herald needs me.
From above,
How
you hear
bad-
some sort of smash from above, and Herald is calling for you to begin this ritual.
The arm that I'm holding isn't that badly damaged, is it? I don't think.
This
I think all I've
fight
done
is going
hold
to
it up.
continue for a while longer. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just nod at Sentry. It's okay. We've got this.
We got this.
I think Sentry's going to cast. She's going to drop the hand. Cast protection from energy on Nova, and give her protection from fire because she's right in the direct line of that fist where she is.
Yeah, sure.
Nice.
So I'm going to give her that.
Fire resistance.
Yeah, and then I'm going to say, "Good luck, everyone. Let me know if you need me." And I'll start making my way upstairs.
Okay. Sentry goes upstairs. I'm actually going to move you off the map. There is no secondary map, I'm afraid, just because I didn't want to make it too confusing visually. Sentry, it doesn't take an opportunity attack. The fist kind of lets you go. It doesn't make an opportunity attack against you. As you step up to this, you kind of bound your way up the stairs. As you reach the top, you can see... I'm trying to remember their name. Scout and what was the other Guardian's name? Chipper.
Tracker. Oh, Chipper.
Chipper.
Yeah.
Tracker's the other one. So Chipper and Scout are both kind of huddled up against the wall, kind of pressed up against it in fear. And Herald is holding herself up defensively in front of the conduit. And standing, you can see that there is a giant hole that's been kind of smashed and broken through the ceiling. And standing in front of Herald, you see a Dominator. Powerful, large, similar in build to you now in your kind of improved form. Black metal, blackened stone, and where the vines and trees and organic parts of the Guardian would have once been, it's now replaced by this red, muscular-like material. And they turn to you.
Just finding the voice.
And I'm going to make sure that I don't do the chipmunk voice this time.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Sentinel Prime. I have been waiting for this. This sort of thing should be handled between the true successors of our people's future.
He turns, and Voracitor, and you can tell that this is Breeze. You can see little hints of the Guardian that was once there, a Guardian you met what feels like years ago, back in Kaylee's Rest, a Guardian that was desperate to try and help, but was going about it in such a terrible way. Looks to you. You see that same element of that being that was there, but now thoroughly twisted, and his form changed, glutted on the power of Hadar.
You and I, Sentinel Prime, let us finish this. 1 against 1.
And that's the end of your turn, Sentry. And Voracitor is going to let that be the end of his turn. Voracitor looks to Herald, and like his whole, like, Herald is protecting the conduit, but Voracitor is basically saying, one-on-one. This is it. This is between you and him now. Meanwhile, downstairs, the giant left-handed cannon. I would like Nova to roll a D3 for me, please. So D6, and then we basically half the result.
I was going to say, what's a D3? 2. So
Two. Okay, so 1.
Oh, 1. Sure.
Yeah, a 1. This cannon is just going to go for the nearest thing it can kind of swing to, which is, unfortunately, poor Lucius, being the closest viable target. It kind of swings round and just tries to punch him, basically. For a 16 to hit Lucius.
Yeah.
That is going to be 12 points of damage.
Nothing.
Okay. Keelek Adkalar.
Can I get a recap on people's health now that we've had a week-long break? How's people looking on a scale of, let's say, 1 to 10?
8.
8, okay. Nova?
An 8.
An 8?
If
I think
like,
you guys
one
haven't
is
taken...
bad, like, yeah, I'd say a 7 or an 8.
Wow, all right. You know what? I ain't going to need to heal.
It's DPS time, Quill.
It's DPS time.
Yeah.
I'll switch to deeps. I am
Pop
just going to
that arrow.
drop a, what is it? Well, a Sacred Flame on the most injured hand. So it needs to make a dex save. How dexterous can a giant hand be?
They're not very dexterous, but I did get... Oh, that was nearly a natural 20. It's a 7 total.
Nearly a natural... Oh, okay. I was confused by that. Well, it takes 3d8 plus 6. It takes 23 damage from that. And,
Oh! Okay.
yeah, big cantrip. Is this Wall of Light still up, by the way?
It is.
Yes.
Nice. I might just
You
get
can go
behind
through
that
it, but
for the
don't-
time being.
Yeah.
Oh, do you, Quill? Oh, well, Quill. Because of your big boy perception, and now that you're the first person to get close enough to this opening where their head is, you see outside for the first time.
Oh.
And you can see this titanic body of this destructor, this construct, is still fighting. You can see its body kind of looming down below you. Crawling up the body,
Oh.
100, 200, 300
Oh.
feral guardians. Lucius's call and the sound of the fighting and the giant mech have drawn hundreds, and there's probably more coming this way, and they're crawling up like a swarming surf, kind of pulling its way up the thing's body, ripping into it, but coming into the tower, like coming up to the conduit.
How
That
far
you've got
away
some
are
time
they?
before they arrive. You've got
Okay.
maybe like 12, 18 seconds. You're not sure, but they're going to be here soon.
Loads
I
time.
think with this being like the end of my turn, I'm kind of like I see that and I'm too like stunned to even call it out to everyone else. Yeah.
Well, that's even better because whilst you're stunned, at the very end of the round, Lucius, Nova, and Ayla, you hear a hideous cracking and then an eruption as one of the lens crystals explodes. The power coursing through it. I would say, Nova, you would know immediately that it's the one that Lucius was fixing.
I'm really fucking this one up, guys.
I mean, you know what you rolled. You know what you rolled. The whole
Everyone,
thing.
come fight. Also,
you see it erupt. The crystal is broken into millions of pieces. Like, it's not recoverable. Like, the crystal is gone. And you see that the power coursing up into the conduit basically fades to nothing. It's like there's not enough being channeled up into it.
Oh man, I love the idea.
Nova, you with your magic. Go on, ask a question. I don't want to tell you the answer if you've got a cool question.
I was just going to ask exactly that. Would Nova know of a way to last-ditch channel it, even if it's with her own body, No,
so your body won't suffice. This is a focusing lens. You will need to either find something to replace the crystal to focus the energy, or make something that can focus the energy. Like, as in, quickly craft or use magic to make something.
Would my goggles, so obviously I adapted them to have scrying focuses on them and stuff like that, would that work?
You'd need to be looking at something about, not quite 5 feet, but like 2 feet wide, kind of like 2 feet square kind of thing. Like, this would need to be a big crystal.
Would Tiangong be big enough?
Tiangong could work. Tiangong is a powerful relic, might be able to converge the power, but then somebody would need to take your place. Where you currently are, because you're currently using Tiangong to channel the power connections.
Yeah.
This is like a this is like creating like a prism lens, right? Like to focus the magic through and drive the necessary magic there. Tiangong might be able to do it, but then you wouldn't have a conduit to channel the energy through.
Yes.
More questions on yours or anybody else's turn. Ayla, we go to you.
Yes.
I want to check something. Is it at the start of...
Don't forget, everybody, by the way, that Rod of Alertness is still up, so you're getting a +1 to AC and saving throws.
That's very true.
Can I try and get out of my grapple, please?
You absolutely can. Strength check. Just D20 plus strength, but you do have advantage. Well, it's just a strength check, not a strength saving throw, so it's only +7.
25.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
That's still enough. You pry
Don't
the
forget
fingers
the
apart and step
+1.
out.
I added the +1. It's all good. I got 24.
It's
so
not,
I thought,
it's not a saving throw.
it.
It's not a saving throw.
No,
so it
that was
only
a strength check. I rolled a
Yeah, it's
17.
just a strength check. But I'm saying the +1, you wouldn't get the +1 because that's
Rod of
that's for
Alertness,
saving throws.
is that extra AC as well? I forgot about the Rod of Alertness.
Yes.
+1 AC,
+1
+1
AC.
saving throw.
Amazing.
It is your action to break free of the grapple, though, Ayla.
Okay.
So you're like holding this thing off while you're like channeling the
Nova.
power.
I got this onyx skull. Is that okay? That's all I've got. It's an onyx skull that's worth 500 gold.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, we got it from.
Ayla, that was your action. Do you have any bonus actions or move you would like to do?
I'm just gonna throw that at
Just
Nova.
reach into your bag for a
Just like,
skull to Nova. Sure, you can throw a skull. Yeah, Nova. It's like being hit by a cannon, like you being a cannonball being thrown at you. Like,
right in the gut.
Can I still bonus action give him a little jolt?
I think you have to take the attack action for that. But
I?
you tell me. I know you tell
That's
me.
what I'm checking.
Or is it just a bonus action?
As a bonus action on each of your turns when activated.
In that case, you can.
A creature in my area, yeah. So can you make a dex save?
I certainly can. That is a total of 18. 19 minus 1.
Damn it, that passes.
Still half damage. This right hand is looking really rough, actually, at this
12,
point.
so 6 points of damage.
So the blast of lightning blows off a few more armor plates, and you can see like the weird red musculature inside it, and it is like this hand is beginning to shake and visibly looks very badly damaged at this point. Lucius, so you've seen all this. You've been hit by this cannon. You see this lens just kind of shatter. What would you like to do?
I'd hate to stop the min-maxing on my part, but Lucius is going to see that explosion, and he's just going to hold his hands up to his head and just wide-eyed say over and over again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I tried. And that's his whole turn.
Sure. You know what, Lucius? Take inspiration for me. That's a cool OP thing. Like, you're playing to the character and you're not min-maxing it. Take inspiration.
I've already got
when
it,
you do
so
something,
double.
Well, no, but when you do when Lucius
panicked.
has that moment where Lucius comes back and is like, no, I'm going to do something, you have a higher chance of being cool with it.
Okay.
Nova.
Thank you.
Can I? Yeah, I'll see Lucius, because I think with the explosion going off, Nova will know, but she's just looking at Lucius to be like, how's he taking this?
And you see
seeing that, I'm
reaction.
going to call out. Yeah, I'm going to call out and kind of just stood here with this energy just crackling through this. I'm going to say, Lucius, listen to me. It's not your fault. Failure is only the opportunity to begin again. So begin again. And then with this crystal that's just been thrown into my fucking being, this onyx head, would that work?
You can certainly try. The broken crystal is the one at the north point, so it's the one furthest on the map at the moment.
Okay.
So you would need to move over and try and place it in. Like, you're going to have to like angle it and place it into the settings and stuff like that.
I'm gonna hold out the onyx head because I still need to channel the energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or can I?
I mean, it's not active at the moment, but you will need to. Yeah.
I will need to. Okay. I'll start moving over then, and how much movement do I have? 30. I forgot. 5, 10, 15, 20,
That's like 20,
25.
30 feet away.
Yeah. I'll be next. So I'll put the onyx skull in.
The onyx skull's not going to do it. Like, the onyx isn't reflective enough, and it the way it's sitting, it's like a giant skull. This is not meant to do it. Like, you're thinking that either looking around Nova, I'd say with Nova's like knowledge of magic and stuff like that, you're going to need something like maybe a piece of glass, like from the tower. If you could find one big enough and find some way to carve it into the correct shape, you might be able to jury rig something. It would be rough, but if you could find somebody who could cut the glass, you might be able to do it. The other way would be to create something clear, reflective, and that could channel the energy like light, almost like creating a prism. Like, if you could make something with magic, or a piece of glass might be able to do it if you can cut it in the right way. But the onyx skull, not going to do it.
Yeah. Would the Rod of Alertness work? Because it has a crystal. No. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Fine.
No. This is like, you don't think that there's an item you guys possess except maybe Tiangong, because Tiangong is, well, they are like an intelligent artifact of magic. That you don't think any of the items you currently carry would probably work. Like, this is like creating like it's like a custom lens, like a glasses lens, right? Like, it's gonna have its own unique properties and stuff.
Is the golem head, the big guardian head, is it still like in the hole? Like,
no,
or has it kind of rolled back?
Yeah, okay. It fell back. It got like ripped off, basically. It got smashed to pieces.
Cool. Okay, can I still do an action, or is like thinking all of this stuff through, is that my action?
I'd say using the onyx skull was the action. You got bonus action though, I'd say. If you have any bonus actions.
Do you know what? Bonus action, because why not? I'm going to Hexblade Curse the left fist, so the one that's nearer to Lucius. So I'm going to Hexblade Curse that bad boy.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'll call out, and I'll just be like, this isn't going to do. We either need a chunk of glass that we can carve, or somebody needs to create something magically.
All right, perfect. The big right hand Nova, seeing you kind of move up there, is going to try and smash you as best as it can. It kind of reaches past the crystals, coming dangerously close to, like, knocking some of them aside. But it's going to make an attack against you for a 25 to hit.
Yes, that will hit me, yes.
It's going to hit you. And that's going to be 17 points of damage, and it grabs you. And it's going to start, and it basically is going to pull you back with it.
Just do a concentration check for my wall. I rolled 14. I always forget. Saving...
it's Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Okay, 17.
And you have Warcaster, so you have advantage.
Yeah, I did the advantage. I rolled 2 14s, so that's a 17 total.
17. The DC would have been 10, because it's 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher. So you pass.
Okay.
So Wall of Light is maintained, but you are now grabbed. You're grabbed and restrained by this giant hand as it reaches over, picks you up, and then pulls you back.
Oh, he's squishing me.
Meanwhile, whilst this desperate, like, fix the magical engine is going on, up above, in the floor above, reverberation shaking through the glass, this kind of big column-like device, like this enchanted column of metal. We see these two guardians, these giant sort of like 8-foot tall guardian figures looming over each other, as we see Sentry and Overlord Voracitor. And Sentry, it's your initiative.
Sentry's she's gonna pull up her sword, the purple visor's gonna come down, and she's gonna say to Overlord Voracitor, "You are no successor to the Prime. You are a vessel of vanity and greed that only serves to consume you and everything around you. You have no legacy here." And I'm gonna just launch straight at him.
No, you will fall here, false Prime. Die!
And the two come clashing together. Go for it. Give me those attacks.
Awesome. First attack roll coming in. Ooh, 29 for the first one.
29's a big hit. Now,
nice.
I forgot to say this, Sentry, before you rolled the attack roll. Because this is a bit of a one-on-one duel, I don't normally do like the whole called shots and things like that. but like you can see Voracitor, to describe him, by the way, his weaponry, he has like a giant sort of like your flame lance, but this looks like more like an energy cannon on one arm, and then he has this like wicked looking flail with a big kind of like barbed headed end, like Sauron's mace from Lord of the Rings, and he's got these two things together. If you want to try and do more like, I'm going to try and like not disarm him, or I want to try and like cut him in the side to cause like a bleeding wound or something like that, if you want to do like cool duel stuff in a 1v1, that's fine, because it doesn't upset as much of the balance as if this was like a big group fight, right? So like, or if you want to try and be like, I want to try and like jam this in his eye, like that's the kind of stuff we can definitely go for.
Awesome, nice. Okay.
If
cool
you just want to do normal hits, you could just do normal hits too. Like you can just do normal combats.
Alrighty, I'll start with a normal hit, but I'll do a level 3 Divine Smite. So I'll do 5d8, 2d4 damage. Bam, bam. Let's rock and roll. Ooh, 24 for the first one.
Heavy blows. You see him kind of stagger to the side, like ah.
Nice. Second one incoming. Oh, it's a nat 1. Of course it is.
So this time he like parries it with the flail. He like knocks your majesties. In fact, I mean, you tell if you don't want this to happen, Sentry, but on a natural 1, what if he like knocked Her Majesty's rose out of your hand and it like skids across the floor or something like that? Like paching, 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 and it's like ha.
Foolish Prime. Clearly you have not been working on your warrior skills, hanging around with your fleshy friends. Too much time homemaking, not enough time war making.
Oh.
And yeah, like it kind of scatters across the floor. On Voracitor's turn, he is going to well, I think it's only fair that I do a normal attack against you to start things off. He's going to bring up his flail, the Fist of Avarice, and try and smash it against you. That's going to be a 27 to hit Sentinel Prime. Hits. And he is going to do a corrupting smite in revenge. So I'm going to roll his normal damage, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 d8s. So this is 16 plus 15, so 31 points of damage. You deliver this heavy blow to him, and then he does the exact same thing back to you, kind of slamming into you. And then he's going to point his force cannon right into your chest, and he's going to try and fire point blank with his force cannon, his eldritch cannon. But that's only going to be a 13 to hit. So you manage to kind of like buckle at the last moment and like throw it to the side, and the blast smashes into one of the walls, causing like debris and glass to kind of rain down as he's now kind of like you've got his arm up in the air, and he's like trying to bash you in the side, wrestling in front of the conduit together.
Nice.
Then we're going to jump back down to the bigger fight, the Destructor's left hand. Trotty, can you roll a d6 for me? This will be the d3 for its round.
Okay. That is a 5.
5, that's going to be 3 on a d6, which is 4 total charges, which means his unstable cannon is going to go off. So I need everyone in the room to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Add your +1.
Okay. Am I in range of the...
This hits everyone in the room.
Okay.
23.
Okay. Who got below 18?
Me.
I got a 5.
So Quill and Nova then. That's going to be 66 fire damage. So that's 23. If you have fire resistance, that'll be halved, Kim, to 11. And if you saved, it's an 11 as well.
I forgot to roll concentration for my spell.
Yeah.
That's okay. Do you want to roll that now?
I'll do that now.
DC would be 15.
While Ree's doing that, I want y'all to know that my current HP is 69.
Nice.
Nice.
I got 13.
That's not enough. So unfortunately, fire resistance 23. Is gone, Kimberus. So 23 total.
It's no longer 69.
So you've got a bit more damage then, I guess.
Yeah, another 11. All right, but that's it. It's literally, it uses all of its charges to fire the cannon, filling the room with flame. As it did not take enough damage to disrupt its firing mechanism. Quill.
The only question I had is whether or not the Wayfinder's Guide, which is covered in gems, would be enough for this thing, or if
it's not that it's covered. It's not that you need like the gems on the Wayfinder's Guide are tiny. They're like little gems, like Infinity Stone size, right? Like they're little jewelry gems. Like this thing needs like a dinner plates or like a big 2 foot by 2 foot like lens.
Okay, so what would it take to create, if I wanted to create some magical things? I've got like magic weapon as a spell. Like it does make a weapon magical, but I didn't know if I could just enchant some piece of glass near me if I find it that's big enough.
It doesn't even need to necessarily be like that. Like the glass, like from what Nova said, you'd need to cut it in some way to like make it the right shape. If you tell me, like you throw me a creative idea, I'll tell you if it works or if there's a chance of it working or not.
Yeah, I was thinking just doing a magic weapon to do it, but I don't think like.
So magic weapon, you normally have to
missile.
enchant a weapon that exists, right?
Yeah, so I was just as a way to sort of input magic.
No, that won't work, unfortunately. If you could have, if magic weapon was like you create a weapon, like you make a weapon out of thin air, and you were like, I'm going to make a shield that's like in the shape of a giant glass prism, I'd be like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. You can do that.
Yeah, I am running desperately low on spell slots though, and I don't think any of them will help in any way. Magic missile. Right. I'll just blast a piece of glass until I get the right sized one. No, instead, I am going to Sacred Flame the heavily damaged arm again.
I mean, yeah, like these arms are still like one's got Nova, one's holding Nova as well.
Yeah, that's the one I want to hit.
Sure.
So another dex save from him. Or it, the hand.
6.
Perfect. 3d8 plus 6. Oh, that's pretty nice. 24 damage.
This thing is barely holding itself together. It still has a grip on Nova, but just barely. Most of its armor plating has been blown off as these golden feathers rip through it, tearing away the armor.
Seeing what's coming up behind me in this hole in the wall, I kind of want to get away from that. And I'll go over some of the shattered glass and things, or fly over the shattered glass. I know I've used an action, but is there anything? If I had a cursory glance?
There's definitely something big enough. Yeah, you could pick up one big enough and try and get somebody to cut it. Yeah.
All right, well, I'll just hold that for the time being. That's pretty much my entire turn.
Okay. We go to Ayla then.
I am going to try and take out the hand that's holding Nova, please.
Sounds good. That sounds like what a barbarian should be doing.
So close. 19 plus 13.
That's going to hit.
Is going to hit, but it's not enough.
You can kill this thing with your strength bonus alone. It has 5 hit points left. Cool. If you want to roll the damage, you can, but
no, that's fine.
You kind of rush up to it, and where Quill rips away the armor plating, one swift blow from the hammer causes this thing to just let go of Nova, crumple to the ground, and just slump completely flat.
Okay. So with the remainder of my movement, so I moved like 10 feet.
I'm going to leave it there as the arm is still kind of like reaching through the hole and creates like difficult terrain.
Can I go to the other arm and give that the other hit, please?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So you kind of run up one big swing and then you kind of just burst and with a single like leaping bound fly towards the other one.
That's only an 18 to hit. Is that hit?
Just barely hits this thing. Like it just manages to punch it through the armor.
13 points of damage and a dex save.
Points of damage, dex save, not its strong suit. 15?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 points of damage then. Failure.
11 more points of lightning damage. That definitely seems to... you see that the cannon kind of stuns for a moment.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say out loud as well. Lucius, Quill, help Nova. I'll try and keep this thing busy.
Trying to find what I can.
Lucius, Like, you see all of this happening around you. You hear the cries. What are you doing, my man?
He's going to stagger back from the fist. Taking in Nova's words. He kind of sees some resolve. If anyone looks at him, he just kind of nods to himself and starts looking around. Same as Quill for anything. He's going to look around the window area.
Okay. It wasn't really a window, it was a wall.
Wall
beforehand.
exposure.
It's a window now.
Because there's a lot of broken shards around there.
Make a... not necessarily perception check here. Make a... just roll me a d20 plus charisma, Lucius.
Okay. Just regular charisma. 18.
Like, looking at the shards of glass, I mean, they're all broken, and you can... I think with Lucius, like, there's almost... because we've talked about how Lucius sees things in color, like, you see the magic of color and things like that. The glass here, it's all just clear and lifeless. Like, when you look at the 3 prisms, like, the 3 lenses that are channeling this magic, they're not clear. They're prismatic. Like, they have all sorts of different hues, but the glass here, it's wrong. It's too pure. It has no light to it. It's all just like a clear invisible color, whereas the gems that are channeling the power have this prismatic element to them. It's similar. Like, you've seen patterns of light like this before. Like, there's been a couple of times you've used your magic to almost create stuff like this kind of shifting thing of magic. Like, maybe you could make something out of ice. Like, you can use cold magic to create ice or something. That might be something you could try. But the glass, you don't think the glass is going to work. The glass, like, to your eyes, doesn't look like it will work. Because you can see the magic coursing through this stuff.
I'll call out to Quill and tell him to stop looking. I'll work on the thing. I'll work on the lens. Focus on something else.
Okay, will do.
All right. Anything else, Lucius?
I guess he's going to start. But he's done his action to look, so...
You could... well, yeah, I'd say action to look, actually, yeah. All right, cool. Nova.
Just 2 bits of housekeeping. I rolled a 14 on my con check from getting the big cannon blast. So it was 23 points of damage.
Yeah, so you'd be fine.
So I rolled a 14,
it's DC 10.
so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I also rolled my armor of hexes, and I failed on that, so I wouldn't have missed it, just for those who are keeping tabs.
Well, is that only on attack rolls? Because it was a saving throw ability, armor of hexes.
You are correct, so it wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm no longer grappled, and the hand that was grappling me is defunct now? Is
dead on the... It's just laying there, okay. A useless pile of metal now.
Okay. I am going to... I don't know. Would I have heard Lucius saying to Quill to stop looking? Cause
yeah, you weren't grappling.
Shouting across the room, yeah.
Okay. In which case, I will move back towards my place in the conduit, and I'm gonna summon... Yeah, another beam from the Wall of Light to hit the big boy arm. I rolled 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Ooh, 8 and a 7, so that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and then 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 points of damage.
26 points of damage. Another cutting laser from the wall just rips apart pieces of its armor plating, shedding them as it does so.
And as I retake my place, I guess where I'm meant to stand for the thing, I'll be like...
Yeah, you kind of hold Tiangong up and it becomes a rod.
If I'm going to have to conduct this energy again, I could do a little pick-me-up, please!
Cool.
And then that's it for me.
Good to know.
All right. Sentry. We go up to the top, into the desperate battle.
Can I do a little combat roll on the ground to get my sword, and then while I'm on the ground, try and like swipe at the leg of Voracitor?
Sure. Yeah. Right, so you kind of drop to the ground, roll, pick up Her Majesty's Rose, and then you try and swipe. And you want to go for his leg specifically?
Yeah. Try and knock him off balance.
Cool. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to boost his AC, but if you hit, I'll make a con save. It will basically be like an injury check. Well, I have to make a con save against the damage dealt, or 10, depending on which is higher. If I fail, you'll basically do a leg-based injury to Voracitor. Like, you're like, you know, maybe it will just be a light maim. It might be like you tear off like the bottom of part of his leg or something like that. But we'll go for something cool.
Nice. Alrighty. First one coming in. That is a 16.
It's not going to be enough. He actually reaches down and just parries it away with his arm. Just kind of deflects the attack.
And for my second one, can I try and like use that momentum, push myself forward, and try and barrel into him with the sword? Just try and like.
Yeah. We'll just say like you knock him prone if you hit. Yeah. If you hit, we'll just have him fall prone, and then you'll both be on the ground tussling.
Yeah. 17.
You got anything to add to it?
That's just my stats.
You don't need to because it hits. He's not as heavily armored as Sentry. So he's actually not as heavily armored as you. You can see that there's areas where all of his... Because like you've got wood as well as stone and metal. And wood is pretty resistant, like things like that. He doesn't have that. So you slip the blade in and kind of shove it through one of these like red membranes. And you barrel into him and knock him down to the ground.
Nice.
So yeah, give me the damage. And then we knock him prone.
I'll do a level 2 Divine Smite for this one. So 4d8. Bam, 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 bam. And the 2d4. That's d20. Let's get rid of that because that's going to be ridiculous. Here it comes. 26.
26 points. Like, you must rip through some internal, like, whatever this membrane is. Like, you hear Voracitor just... Ah! As you like rip through and you land on top of him, and now like you're wrestling in these close quarters, you know, trying to knock each other away, but you can see like the deep pain kind of tearing through him.
Nice.
Okay. Awesome. On his turn, for his first attack, he's gonna have to he's gonna kind of like grip you on the side, and he's gonna try and suck out some of the life force from you. So he needs to hit you with a melee spell attack first. 25 to hit.
Yep.
And then this is going to be 3d6 and then so 5d6 damage, and then he heals that amount. So you're going to take 19 points of damage, Sentry, and he's going to heal 19.
Sentry's looking
and then while you've
tired.
got, because he's doing this while you've got him prone, so he's like reaching up and like you feel him like sucking the life force out of you.
Yeah.
You denied me your power once, Prime, and I will take it from you if I must. I will rip out your optics.
And he's going to go for your eyes. He's going to like reach in and he's going to try and like smash one of your eyes in.
Oh shit.
Your AC is 21, right?
Yes, yeah.
He has to get a 26 or higher to be able to like do an actual injury to you. No, 21. He does hit you, but it's not enough to cause an injury this time.
Oh my god.
That's going to be another 12 points of damage as like he uses like the butt of his mace to kind of like try and smash your eye. You turn your head and it like hits the armor plating instead. And like the both of you are kind of wrestling around on the ground. You hear like Herald calling out like, Sentinel Prime, let me help you. Like she's like calling out to like, you know, try and aid you and stuff like that.
Okay.
Did you say anything back?
She's like, what do I need to do? Tell me.
No, let me help you against him. You don't have to fight him alone.
Then, yes, please, do what you can.
Coward! You would call upon others. I thought you were a worthy warrior, Sentinel Prime. Now you hide behind these pathetic minions.
We're going to go down too. The giant cannon hand, it seems that the firing mechanism doesn't go, so it's just going to try and smack Ayla in the face. 19 and nearly a crit. That's a 30 to hit, though.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I'm just rolling. I'm rolling the damage. I wasn't actually checking if that. 15 points, so half that to 8. Ayla, as this thing just kind of clonks you and it tries to smash you, and you reach up and kind of knock it away. Quill.
Cool. I want to do a second level healing word, which is 2d4 plus 6 onto Nova, which is 11 healing. Not terrible, not amazing. as a bonus action, and with my full action, I want to go to Lucius and give him guidance.
Oh, very nice. Extra D4.
Extra D4 to ability checks, which is what I assume is what's going to be happening soon. I want to bolster Lucius, give him some reserve, while a screaming horde of feral guardians are climbing up behind us.
And that, Quill, on that very note, at the end of the turn on the last initiative, you begin to see this just screaming horde of guardians beginning to pull themselves up where the head was. These feral guardians climbing against digging their claws into the glass itself, crawling up the neck and the body of this thing. No.
You didn't tell anyone.
I didn't.
Nope.
I panicked, and then I blasted a hand, and then I came back, and it's like I didn't have a lot of time to tell people.
They basically, their turn is they pull themselves up, and you can see that it's just a swirling mass of bodies. This is a swarm of feral guardians, the biggest swarm of feral guardians you've ever seen, and they're squeezing in through this gap left by the head. About 4 of them can fit in at a time, and they're just pushing forward, trying to find any crevice in. And you just hear as they try and burst their way through. Ayla.
So I'm gonna take a couple swings at the hand first, please.
Sure.
Which is going to be 25 to hit on the first one.
25 hits,
which is 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
Oh, that was so close to a nat 20. It rolled back. But that's still 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. I thought it was damage then.
15 points of damage, and then a dex
15
save.
more points of damage, and then a dex save. It's probably going to fail it. 11, it fails.
12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18 lightning damage.
18 points of lightning damage. With those 3 strikes, you have basically torn off half of what was left of this hand. Most of the armor plating is gone. At least one of the fingers is crippled beneath the blow of the hammer. Not fingers, it's the giant cannon. Part of the cannon is bent inwards. Lightning is arcing up and down it. You can see it smoking and smoldering. Heavily damaged. Still functional, but very close to being destroyed. Lucius.
Seeing this swarm, he had a plan in his mind of what he was going to do, but this seems like the immediate threat. You see him grit his teeth and get angry, and he basically shouts at this swarm, "You're not welcome here," and he's going to cast 8th level prismatic spray at them. Is what he's going to do. So
oh my god.
This is a big pog.
That's a big move.
The biggest of pogs.
Let's see.
8th level.
Yes.
I mean, prismatic spray is an 8th level spell. It's a big spell.
Yeah. So what this does, 8 multicolored rays of light come out of my hand. Each ray is a different color, different powers and purposes. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must make a dex saving throw. So the swarm dex save.
So because this is a swarm, I've counted it as a single creature, but it would make no sense for prismatic spray to only hit it once as if it was. So what I'm going to do is, how many rays come out of it, Trot, does it say?
8.
Can you roll a d6 plus 2? Roll 1d6 plus 2 for me.
5.
5. I'm going to have it basically make 5 saving throws as if 5 rays had hit the one swarm. Because this is creatures trying to pull in, and it would make no sense if only one thing got hit because it only counts as one creature. What's your DC for the saving throw?
18.
18, okay. I have to roll an 18, 19, or 20.
Still here? Oh, no, that doesn't count for that, does it?
Yeah, that's for that's for your saving throws. First one fails. Second one fails. Third one fails. Fourth one fails. Fifth one fails. They all fail. So now you have to roll 5 rays.
5 d8s.
Still only counts as 1.
Alright, so I got 2 ones. Those ones are red. The target takes 10d6 fire damage, so I'll resolve that now. 10d6, right? Was it?
Yes, if you can roll them separately, because there is going to be resistances at play in here. Because it's a swarm.
I've got all the individual numbers here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 ones there.
It's fire damage. You don't get to reroll ones on fire damage, remember?
Yeah, no, I'm just telling you the individuals because it doesn't show them all here.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm going to basically count it. So that was the first red ray, right? So it did 32 fire damage.
Yes.
So I'm going to have it do 16 fire damage. That's the first fire ray.
Yeah,
Second fire ray.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Can I re-roll? No.
That's fine. We can take our time.
10d6 again. That's 36.
That's 15. That's 18 points of fire damage for the resistance.
And then the
what was the next one?
32. Man.
Oh my
What type
God.
of damage is this?
This is all... Well, did I do 2 fire? Yeah, I'm getting confused now. So this is the third... number 3 I rolled, which is a... Yellows. That's 10d6 lightning damage. So that's 32 lightning damage. That
So
one.
that's another 16.
And then I rolled a 7 and an 8. So the 7 is...
These are the special ones.
Violet. On a failed save, the target is blinded. It must then make a wisdom saving throw at the start of my next turn. A successful save ends the blindness. If it fails, the creature is transported to another plane of existence of the GM's choosing and is no longer blinded. And then 8, a target is struck by 2 rays. Roll twice more, re-rolling any 8. Oh my God.
There you go.
Oh my God.
2 more 8s. So I got a 7 and a 4. That's another transportation.
Another blinded. Yep.
And then the other one is a 4. And that 4, I believe, is a green. 10d6 poison damage.
Okay. Yep.
So I'll roll that real quick.
We'll do the banishment,
41 poison damage.
Jesus Christ. Even with resistance. You just watch as Lucius, and I kind of imagine Lucius like aiming this down because you're looking at like a surging, like an anthill of like around this giant titan. The guardians are like swarming up it and kind of crawling their way in. Lucius like looks out the window, points his hand down, and just this rainbow of magic just crashes down over these guardians. Several of them are incinerated. Some of them are electrified. Several of them kind of choke and gag on this poison. And at least, you know, maybe a huge chunk of them clutching their eyes and seemingly going transparent as he does this. And the whole swarm seems to almost stop for a moment, completely taken aback by this incredible display of magic.
That's my boy.
Cool.
Are you done,
Cool as
Lucius?
hell.
I'm gonna just nod at Quill and start walking towards the north area.
Badass.
So you just come over here, you just blast these dudes in rainbow light, and then you just nod and walk off, and I'm just stood there like...
He
What?
walks...
You are not welcome here.
Lucius walks backward and starts like curling his hands into a sphere, and you can see just cold emanating from his hands as he's running to the north.
Well, here's the other thing, Eustace. That was a prismatic spell you just cast, wasn't it?
Indeed.
So, when he nods at you, Quill, Lucius's eyes aren't orange and blue. They're pure prisms. You can see every spectrum of color in them. They're like glittering prisms of a diamond-like. You know, they're every single hue throughout them. And that you've seen that flash in Lucius's eyes before. It takes root, and like as he turns away, they're still prismatic as he walks away. Nova Vija.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a bit of a calm down after that, but I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the big hand.
I mean, that big hand's still here.
Nice. Love it.
Just cool.
Imagine rolling initiative after that. How do you follow that?
28 to hit the first one.
20 hit. Twits. Yep. Yeah, 18 or higher will hit.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 points of damage. 17 to hit the second one.
That doesn't hit.
Okay, that's fine. I only roll a 1 on the damage anyway. 24 to hit on the second one.
That hits. Third one, you mean?
18. Sorry, yeah, third one. 18, 19, 20, 20. Wait, hold on. My brain. Hello,
I was gonna
brain.
say D10 plus your bonus.
D10. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage.
Because of Hexblade's curse, right? You're doing the extra
Yes.
damage. With that, the two blasts, so as you swipe Tiangong in the air, creating these kind of like pulsing crescent beams of energy, they cleave the giant hand in twain, and it just collapses. It just... Oh, I've actually put that on I wanted to put
And
that
a
on.
wave of energy goes back to Nova as she regains 20 hit points.
I love it.
Mm.
Huge
Nice.
fan.
Exactly what you
Lovely, a
wanted.
tasty hit.
Nice.
You see the arm kind of, again, it kind of collapses and slams into the ground. And at that point is probably when you do see some more of these feral guardians are clawing up the side of it, trying to get past. Swarming inside.
Through every hole.
That's what the boys were firing at.
Sentry. You and Voracitor threatening with each other. He's just kind of called you out for, like, you know, having Herald help you, you coward.
Without my friends, I'm nothing. I'm gonna do my Harness Divine Power, regain a level 3 spell slot.
That's
and I'm
right,
gonna-
Prime. Without these pathetic individuals holding you up, you are nothing. I am the true inheritor of our race.
My friends make me strong. Your greed makes you weak. And then I'm gonna chug a health potion because I really
What kind of potion is it?
just a potion of healing, just a standard
Just
one. I've
a
had it for
regular normal
ages.
one.
Yeah.
Imagine like holding a potion like a beer and like glugging it and then still having liquid in your mouth as you're doing that speech. What's
no.
my friend?
It's like 5 HP.
Then smash it on the floor.
Mate, I'm on 15 HP. This ain't looking good for me.
Oh my god.
Well,
You
I
are
mean,
then
I'll tell you
fine.
this: Voracitor ain't looking like he healed himself from that move, but like those 2 blows when you hit him, he was hurt. Like he was definitely hurt. That's he drained
Oh,
you because
boy.
he was clearly injured.
Okay. That's my
Right,
that's my
so
bonus
5 hit
action,
points from the
bonus
potion,
action.
and then
Yep.
your channel divinity, right?
Yep.
That's you done.
That's it. That's me done. That's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's gonna fire his cannon point blank at you again. See if he goes. I think he's actually. Oh man. Yeah, this is an example. He's gonna try and target your leg. He wants to try and like stop you running away. He thinks you're gonna run away, so he's gonna try and like blow your leg out. He needs to get a 26 to actually do like anything fancy. Otherwise, it will just be a normal hit. It's not gonna be enough. 22.
Oh.
So normal hit.
Can I use my prime reaction thing?
You tell me.
As a reaction, when you or a creature you can see within 60 feet misses with an attack roll or fails an ability check or saving throw, you may spend any number of charges from the matrix. For each charge, you increase the roll by 1. So can I use his miss
This is
to
his
fuel
attack
my-
roll against you.
A creature you can see within 60 feet
An
misses
ally
with an
creature.
attack roll. Oh, it's an allied.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you'd be
boost
boosting
their
the roll.
attack
You don't
roll.
want to make his roll higher.
Oh, my fault. I misread it. Carry on.
No, that's fine. But it's good for you to know when on your attacks, like you can boost
Yes,
your own
I
attacks
can
that way.
boost mine. Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, this attack is still going to hit you. 15 points of damage. It's a good bloody job you drank that potion. And it's going to blast you back 10 feet. He's going to blast you to the edge of the tower where he like blew out this hole. You skid along the glass floor and you manage to just catch yourself before like going over the edge as he is going to stand up. And in true villain fashion, he's going to gloat.
I thought you would be more of a challenge, Prime. To see you so pathetic before me, it seems that Root failed in his successor. Still, perhaps Hadar will find a place for you after I'm done.
He's going to raise up his cannon with you hanging on the edge. And he's going to charge and fire it. 14. How does he miss you? this point blank range, like he's like aiming this cannon down to try and throw you off of this roof, but he misses. What is this something Sentry does? Like, do you like knock the like punch him in the face that it throws his aim off, or like do you throw something at him?
I think maybe like the impact of Sentry hitting the wall like knocks something off the ceiling and like gets in the way. It's like a piece of like glass or something like ricochet, like
knocks his aim off.
Yeah,
like hits him on the shoulder and his aim goes wide.
Yeah,
I love it. Perfect. After Voracitor, Herald, still standing in the way of this conduit, like looking around. She's going to reach out with her hand and she's going to use her last bit of energy to cast Healing Word at 5th level.
Herald!
This is the last thing she can do. Like, you wanted help, this is the last help Herald can give you.
Yes!
It's going to be a total of 18 hit points. It's not a lot, but that's what she's got.
It's great. Oh, it's so lovely.
You got to use it though. You got to take him out. Quill.
Lucius just walked away, and for a little while there, I was looking at him in pure amazement of these spectral eyes. And I want Lucius to know that I was looking at him in pure amazement. What he just did was incredible, and then he just was like, nods at me and walks off, and I'm like, oh my god. But then I look back, and I suppose every space has now been filled by even more feral guardians, right?
More is about to pour in. They are about to try and surge forward towards you. Yes.
Thunder wave.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
A 15-foot cube. They make a Constitution save, 2d8 thunder damage, and they are pushed 10 feet away from me. I'm gonna launch as many feral guardians as I can.
They fail.
Okay. Well, 2d8 thunder damage to all of them, and they're pushed 10 feet. 10 damage.
10 points of damage. Yeah, it's enough to basically halt their advance. They don't get any closer. So you throw a bunch off, and then the ones who are lower claw back up, but that's their whole turn, is to just fill that space.
Yeah,
Ayla, you look over, and they basically are going to start moving in on this side as well now. And that's their turn. You can see these feral guardians all surging forward.
Great.
That's a lot of guardians.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah.
Just 12. Just 12.
How's that crystal looking, guys?
Working on
I
it.
can fight them off for now.
Ayla, your turn. This is one creature. You don't have to target them individually. I'm just using many of them to represent this horde.
I am going to take a big old swipe.
Sure. You've also,
guardians.
just as a point, if you don't want to just make regular attacks, that giant arm, they're crawling over it. If you wanted to try and lift that up and block the hole, you could try and do that and just use strength to hold them, push them out, basically. Don't just feel like you have to make attacks.
That.
Sure.
Let's do that. Let's try and block their way.
Athletics.
I've got advantage because I'm raging. 18 plus 12. 18 plus 12.
18 plus 12, you mean 30.
Yeah.
So you grip, and you saw Sentry do this, right? When she deflected the giant cannon, you grip under the cannon, you lift it up, and all these guardians go spilling down, flying back outside, and you just push it, and you're holding it up against the hole, and they're scrabbling around it, reaching around it, scratching at your arms, but you're just holding it in place and keeping these guardians out, stopping their advance for now. But this is going to become tiring.
I'm just going to stay here, guys, but if you could just make that crystal real quick, that'd be great. I'll just stay here for now.
Lucius.
All right. On that note, I have Vitriolic Sphere, and what that can do is create a 1-foot sphere, which usually is thrown and smashed. But can I use a charge in my gauntlet to kind of encase it in energy to hold it together and without exploding?
Do you mean Vitriolic Sphere is acid, though? Or do you mean to do Chromatic Orb?
Vitriolic Sphere... Oh, it is acid, isn't it? Yeah. Can I do chromatic control to change it?
Yeah, you could do that as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Cold.
Yeah.
So as my reaction, I'll do that as that. And then also I've got a charge to kind of just contain the power and not let it explode.
So you see the gauntlet, kind of all the silver chrome flaps of the gauntlet kind of open up and begin humming and venting power as you channel energy through it. And we see this kind of like block of ice beginning to form inside this sphere of energy that you're creating, and it begins spreading out to create like a disc. I need you to make a this is going to be a just straight up charisma check. You can add the d4 from guidance, and you do have inspiration if you'd like to use that as well, but just a d20 plus charisma.
I will use the guidance.
So
That
19
is a 4.
plus 23.
23.
You try and picture that crystal that you remembered from before, but it was flawed, and you remember it with all the fixes you made to it, and instead what you create is this beautiful lens that seems almost perfect for the fittings and the creation of what its purpose. And yeah, it's exactly the right size. You think that this will provide the crystal lens as required.
Hold it up
we'll
to
need
Nova.
to attach it. Okay.
Restart. And then just nod. And then get ready to...
Remember,
place
it is this crystal over here. The top
I'm
one.
ready to either hand it over to Nova or go there myself. Whoever's next.
Nova? Yep. Do you want... Okay. Nova.
Yeah, okay. I'll take the crystal from Lucius. Give him a nod. I knew you had it in you. And then I'll move over to the empty podium and place it in.
You place it in. You adjust a few things, slide some of the brass rims of this strange arcane device, and you hear that. And again, all the chains begin to crackle with arcane energy. 2 of them are still broken. They're going to need conduits, but the energy is once again running, and it begins to project up towards the ceiling. Herald, Sentry, you look over, and Herald turns around as the conduit lights up. Voracitor.
Well, at least your little friends are worth something.
And we're going to take our 5-minute break right there.
Whoa! What's he planning? What do you mean?
Wow.
Ah,
Nice. Oh, that was so cool. Holy crap. The duel was amazing.
So many scenes.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
So this is a big one, right? Like
This is a fucking
this
movie.
Is a big one.
This
Mad
AAA top budget MCU style movie going on right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to read out
welcome.
some lovely messages from some lovely people, and then
Yeah,
we're going
we
to be
are.
jumping straight back into it.
I need a pee. I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah,
Same.
go pee.
Make
Let's
that
go
cinematic.
pee.
Hey, real quick, I just want to interrupt today's episode to talk about today's sponsor for High Rollers, Manscaped. Manscaped is here to ensure your post-quarantine body is ready for the summer. Even if you've let everything go in lockdown, the least you can do is make sure you're not rocking some gross layer of fur like a bugbear or something. You're not a bugbear, you're a man. Take it from me, the weedy nerd child that can barely grow a creepy stash even if I wanted to, which I don't, but if I could, I'd use the Perfect Package 3.0 kit with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0. It's the best trimmer on the market and features some advanced skin-safe technology pioneered by Manscaped. You can also adjust settings to get any length you want, so why not get creative? Shave Quill's face onto your chest, it's just an idea. Anyway, a subscription to the Perfect Package gets a new blade refill for your Lawnmower 3.0 trimmer delivered straight to your door every 3 months, and for a limited time, subscribers will get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag and the High Performance Manscaped Boxers. Wow. So if you want to grab a load of free stuff and shave some High Rollers related things onto your body if you want to, then head to manscaped.com/highrollers and you'll even get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. So do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Anyway, back to the episode. I just wanted to say, the moment Lucius casted that big rainbow ability is when we got a raid from Zoe. How fitting. So thank you very
that's
much,
awesome.
Zoe. Perfect timing. I'm now trying to find where we are in the donations. But yeah, thank you very much, Zoe. When did we do the Avatar stream? It was Thursday, wasn't it? Here we go. So these
Thursday.
donations are from Thursday. I've checked through them already. There's no spoilers for the Avatar stream, but we didn't read donations then, so I'll do them now. We had a donation
Marvelous.
from Ashton. Hey, High Rollers. Sorry I couldn't donate more, but these things cost money and broke boy ain't got much to give. Do not worry about that at all. Hoping nothing goes bad. Anyways, keep up the great work, you guys, and I wish you all a wacky Thursday on Thursday. Thank you very much. Yui Kinari with a $250. First time dono here. Just letting y'all know that I love what y'all do, and I'm so grateful for all the peace and love that you spread. Thank you. I'm stuck in VOD Squad for the foreseeable future, but much love from the Midwest and clear skies. P.S. Tommy Boy is the best boy. Thank you very much. And yeah, I hope you get this message when you get catching up through the VOD. Thank you very much. Balu with a $500. Hey guys, finally going on holiday here in New Zealand. It's been 2 years without a real break. Yeah, well, I hope you enjoy the holiday. Thanks for your guys' help keeping going. Mark, thanks for telling me to find a new D&D group. I did, and it's great. Everyone else, keep on whacking. Not you, Tom. What the fuck? Thank you very much. And we are back to today time. Grandmaster DJ, or Grandmaster, pulled up the list that they made a while back, and they say, hey, Kim, our minds are similar because I also have a half and half Ganassi, but mine is fire air. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about the YouTube-only ads. Wow, just man, what a ride. Especially that first one, Trotty, the script was Chef's Kiss. 10 lefts. And that's the end of the donation. Thank you very much. Brian Indigo. Oh, this was from Thursday as well. I messed up. Air, water, fire, and dirt. Fucking magnets, how do they work? Miracles. The Dark Carnival is your invitation to witness that without explanation. So subscribe now with Twitch Prime and what?
What is happening?
Thank you, Brian Indigo. The Herv has donated with, hi rollers, what's this? I go away for a few weeks and I'm 3 episodes behind with the fate of the Guardian race in the balance. There's only one thing for it. Mum, put on a fresh batch of warm plates. I've got some catching up to do. Much love. Thank you very much, The Herv. Crispy with a $50 do donation, and their message is there is no message. Thank you very much, Crispy, with no message. But there is a message, and it was there is no message. Thank you very much. Police box number 33 with a $500. Amazing. Hello, everyone. Thank you for making this whole series and for giving me a truly amazing experience with D&D. I turned 22 today. Happy birthday. So I'll be out with family doing a few things. Even though I've only watched this series for a year, it's been the best 1.5 years. Thank you very much, Police Box. Number 33, and happy birthday. And I'll do one more. Arwin has donated a $250. First donation, welcome. Been watching since I finished my GCSEs. I've just turned 22, graduated with a master's, and started working in a COVID lab. Oh my God.
That's amazing.
Take some of my first month's paycheck, you absolute legends. Holy crap. Thank you very much, Arwin, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Arwin,
thanks for saving the world.
Arwin. Arwyn. Close, though.
That's
close.
Cool, too.
That's
not daughter of Elrond, but pretty
cool. And I will read the rest of the donations at the end of the episode. Thank you very much, everyone. Back in a bit.
Do you want to take a quick... Yeah, okay. Let me check and see if we've got quick mushroom mods. Oh, Chris Trott, though, you should tell people about our amazing sponsors while I do that.
Correct. Please go to Ink and Lies' new Kickstarter. The link is in the description and chat right now. The model arrays are amazing. Thanks for putting that right there. Perfect timing. An awesome new campaign setting using the 5th edition rules, of course. Zodiac signs are the theme. So they have a whole new raft of classes, subclasses, monsters, magic items. There's so much in it. So please check it out. It's awesome. It's a really cool idea, in my opinion. And they've brought it to life in a really nice way. The artwork is incredible. So please check it out. Also,
check it out.
D&D Beyond, as always, please use our link in the description if you're interested in D&D Beyond. If you haven't checked it out yet, I don't know. I've been telling you about this for weeks now, months, years even.
Very exciting stuff to come.
It's about time. Some cool features are coming, including saving and resuming combat. So big one for DMs there. And inventory containers. Good for us. Getting loot in a box in our inventory. Perfect.
Very. Awesome. We had a lot of gift subs. I'm just going to shout out while we wait for Tommy. Recall, once again, with 100 gift subs. Thank you very much, Recall. You're always so generous with gift subs. Almost every week, I feel like you just donate a ton or every month. Thank you so much. A Chance of Cosplay, Dork Love Sports, D Miller 1841, KB Man DS, Being Wolfie, Declan Ferrelborn, Og Wilf Knight, and Sarah Manor. Thank you all for your gift subs as well. HR, we had some bit donations from Inflatable Cat, Max the Menace, Trumpole, Gary2494, and $50 dues of bits from MK13 Wolf saying, just giving a message from Autumn. Yes, I'm a simp. Sentry is my prime. Thank you very much. We also had a donation over on Yogscast from Ola Renve, a message. Thank you very much.
Sentry is my prime.
That's it. We have got everybody back now. Everyone's had snacks. We munchin'. It's time to crack on. We got some guardians to save and some enemies to beat. And we're going to jump in. So Nova, you've gone over, you've placed this replacement lens that Lucius has sculpted from magic. You, with your knowledge of Magitech and mastery of kind of this scientific process, have placed it in, fitted it in place, and you see the whole thing surge back to power. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I just want to share that I really wish I had portals right now, because I would love to put a portal in the place where the ferals are kind of pouring in and then just dump them out somewhere else. But, I don't have any portals, so that's just an empty thought. I just wanted to... I can't really do anything else, can I? Because I've used my action to put the crystal, because I can't cast...
Yeah, I'd say your action to do that, so you've got bonus action and a little bit of movement left. I think you've got like 10 feet of movement left.
I am gonna
we're gonna go to Sentry after this, so Rhiannon.
5, 10. I'm gonna move as if going towards the right arc that Ayla was sitting in. Do I see any movement on the eastern hole, like
no.
The hole in the wall? No.
Nope. Doesn't look like there's any movement coming from that side.
Okay, that me.
All right. In that case, our camera pans back up to the top. Having been momentarily distracted, Lord Voracitor, who was kind of stood over you with his eldritch cannon pointing down, his big flail in one hand, his aim thrown off as missed. Sentry, we've just seen Sentry healed by Herald, but now you are basically standing on like the precipice of like another shattered hole leading out of this tower. Voracitor is right there in front of you. What would you like to do?
Sentry's gonna once again raise her sword, point it to Lord Voracitor, and just say, the Prime and this world will never be yours. It's time to put you down, Lord Voracitor, and just run at him, aiming the sword at his matrix, just going in.
Go for it. Give me an attack roll, and if you beat the AC by 5 or higher, I will do something cool.
22.
22. Not enough to get anything cool, but a strong hit. So no injury check, but this is a normal hit. Hit me with what you got.
Level 3 Divine Smite, 5d8, 2d4. Let's gizzity go. That's a spinner. There we go, thank you. 27.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, the blow hits hard and he staggers back as you kind of throw back and you're kind of caught, the blade going through his chest. Whatever matrix was there, you've definitely hit it, but it's not like it's completely disabled him. You do see a crack beginning to form along this red gemstone in his middle, and you hear him kind of like gasp and wheeze.
No, I am the only one that can save our race. You will lead them to doom. I will lead us to glory.
Oh, all right. And then I'm gonna, second attack. I'm gonna try and slice the blade out from his side, not pull it out, but try and just
rip it to the side. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
cool.
14.
Do you have anything for a reroll or anything like that?
No, I can do my reaction and try and get some points.
You could, yeah.
Back.
You can do that, yeah.
So let me just go over how this works again.
Sure.
So, if I miss an attack roll or fail an ability check, I can spend a number of charges from the Matrix.
Yes.
So does that mean I regain? So how does that work exactly?
So do you have any charges in the Matrix currently?
I've got 1 charge left.
So you could spend 1 charge to give yourself a +1 bonus to the roll. So on a 14, that's probably not going to make the difference. But so every charge point you spend, you add to the dice roll. So if you had 8 charges left, you could potentially give a +8 bonus to a roll or an attack roll, but it would consume all of those charges, right? So if you've only got 1 charge, you've basically got a +1 to any roll, but it's probably not worth using right now.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of rip it free, but he grips your hands and kind of keeps the blade in place.
No, you will die here with me. Fall!
On his turn. You're both looking pretty injured at this point, both looking as damaged as each other. You know what? Like, with your blade stuck in his chest, he's just gonna try and punch you in the face. Like, this is like he's keeping your like grip in, and then he's just gonna try and punch you in the face. So I'm just gonna do like a normal melee attack, basically. But right now he's stopped. I just got a natural 20.
Oh, super punch!
20 left hook.
Yeah, I mean, this is a crit. So what I'm gonna say is
do the crit walls. Just.
Well, because as an unarmed strike, a crit won't actually do any more damage. So what I'd like is instead, okay, let me just do this, right? How about this, right? So 11 points of damage, Sentry, but then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's going for one of them eyes. He's going for an eye.
Oh, take it. Take my eye.
Obsessed.
20.
He's obsessed.
So he like punches you, and he's like his fingers have got around one of your eye sockets, like your eye gems, and he's trying to pull it out, but he doesn't quite manage to do it. Like, he's got his hand in there, and he's still holding your blade in, so you can't use your sword at the moment. And he's got the eyes dug into your thing, and he's trying to pull it free.
Sentry's just like screaming, but she's not gonna she's not gonna relent. She's just like, ah!
Quill.
Man, I guess I'll just try and keep these guardians at bay, the feral ones.
Sure.
So, I'll just do another thunder wave.
Okay.
It's my final spell slot. So a con save from them.
Fail.
Fail, and 2d8 to them. Thunder damage. 7 damage.
7 points there.
Back 10 feet.
The damage here isn't the big thing, it's that you're keeping pushing them back. Just as they surge up and they're about to surge you whoosh, a big gust of wind and thunder blows them all back and flying off the building. Just keeping them away from the systems and your friends, and just keeping them at bay as best as you can.
But now I'm totally out. Like, I am completely out of spell slots.
Yeah, as long as Ayla, if you keep holding this thing up, and it's going to be your turn next, so you can decide what you do, they don't make any progress past you. Like, they can't get past this giant arm as long as you're kind of this cannon that you're currently pressing up against the hole. But you look over and you can see that Quill, exhausted, now just doesn't have anything left to hold off that particular section. Ayla, your turn. And then we have Lucius, then Nova.
Anybody want a hand? Get it? No? Okay, I'll just hold the hand. I'll hold the hand.
Okay.
I can't. I mean, if I let go of this hand, dude, there's more here. What do you want me to do, guys? Nova, do you want me to go in position? Do you want me to hold?
Hold. Oh.
Hold for now. I can't hear if Sentry's ready. Herald, is Sentry ready?
Voracitor! Voracitor is here!
Lucius.
Seeing Ayla is preoccupied, Lucius is going to step up and connect himself to the conduits.
We see Lucius reach out and grab these 2 chains. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Lucius?
I can. 11. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. I dig it.
Reroll. 12.
Oh. He's got such a good con save as well.
12. Take 20 points of force damage, Lucius, as you're like gripping onto these things. Like, the raw magical energy like flows through your body, but it does serve as a conduit. Like, you're using your physical body to kind of conduct this power through, but it ravages like your body. You feel pain as the energy courses through it, but you grip onto these chains, holding it tight. Anything else, or are you done?
That is it. I'm just going to do some behind the scenes spell slotting.
Sure, yeah. It's a kind of cool way of doing it as well. Like, as you're channeling this power, you're almost like doing your spell slots and stuff. It's like channeling this magic through it.
I'll just shout
Nova.
for Sentry. That's
Okay.
all I'm shouting.
Nova.
The arm that's near me, does it weigh up to 500 pounds?
Oh, man. How many
Your
tons
favorite kind of
is
question.
500 pounds? That's like a quarter of a ton. I'd say it's... I don't think it's 500 pounds. Why? What are you thinking? You tell me what you're thinking, and then I'll tell you whether we can manangle it.
I want to levitate it and move it over towards the
Okay.
hole that Quill is at.
What if I said 500 pounds is about 9/10 as heavy as a pig? This is a giant hand, mechanical hand.
This would be like a truck.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that this is,
okay.
it's a bit more than
It's out of my
500
reach.
pounds. Yeah.
It was worth the thing.
But maybe the severed, like, Ayla did break off one of its fingers. But you want to block the hole, didn't you?
I want to block the hole, and I don't think a thingy is going to block the hole.
No.
Tally sex tape. In which case,
I think a fingy's going to help. Out now.
Sentry, you're next afterwards, by the way.
a fly won't help either. I will step into frost roll 20, where is it? I will step into the place that I need to step to, but before I do that, I will recast Wall of Light in front of Quill. 5, 10, 15,
So you're
20.
recasting it, right? So you can basically do
I will
like
recast
this.
it, but I want it to go across, so it's 20 foot to block that hole, but I want to zigzag it down so that it goes a little bit down as well, like, so I guess like there's more of a kind of it will hit guardians that are kind of like behind it as well.
Yeah, I mean, for the purposes, because this is such a big creature, like I'm not going to be rolling for each individual guardian. But
okay,
what you want to do is block this thing off and hit as many guardians as possible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just position it as it is, and we know that what you're trying to do is hit as many guardians as possible and stop them coming through this gap.
I mean, they can just walk through it, but it will at least, it looks scary.
If they end their turn on it.
Yeah. Can any of the swarm that are in it now please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Sure, I'll just do one save for the Guardian Swarm as a whole, but they'll take double damage from it. I did roll a natural 20 for 23, so half damage.
Okay, so half damage, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of damage. Not a high roll, unfortunately.
32 total. I mean, it's still enough, right? Because this wall of light zigzags and it's catching these things as they're crawling up. Like, it still does a ton of damage, like burning several guardians as it does so. But more importantly, Nova, when you step in and you complete the bridge, can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Yeah, because this might just go. 15.
15, you take 10 points of force damage as the magic kind of surges through your body once again.
And then let me roll my concentration. 15, 16, 17, 18.
More than enough. So you grip on with Tiangong kind of acting as like a bar, as the connection point. You feel this power surge through you, but the power once again connects and fills the roof. Sentry, you see Herald turn around, and the conduit, this metallic kind of pillar with like almost like an oval shaped crystal at its tip, glows golden light like the color of the Prime Matrix. Herald turns around, places her hand on the column. Her eyes turn golden light, just like you saw them in your visions when you first saw Herald, this kind of golden radiance filling her, and she leans her hand out. It's like, Prime, now! Sentry.
Okay, I'm gonna...
You're currently... You've got a sword inside Voracitor. Yeah. He's trying to gouge out one of your eyes.
I'm gonna pull my fist back, punch Lord Voracitor in the side of the head, but as I do that, can I then activate my flame lance and shoot like a gouge of fire like into his head?
Sure.
Oh my God.
Let's see if you hit first.
Oh, God, I hope this hits. Jesus.
This is where we want the nat 20.
Oh, wait, no, I need to do unarmed strike.
No, that's fine. You can do it with Her Majesty's Rose. It's still going to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 22.
So the punch like connects. So roll Her Majesty's Rose damage because the punch is more for flavor. So roll it as if it was Her Majesty's Rose damage. And also you can still divine smite with a punch, by the way.
Oh, I'll do a level 1 divine smite then. So
Sure.
3d8, 2d4. 24.
You're joking.
Not joking.
You tell me, Sentinel Prime.
Yes!
How does this go down? I mean, the flame lance, right? Like, so we see you like punch in, your fist kind of like breaks through his like kind of metal jaw and like kind of digs into his flesh.
Yeah.
Like, is there a final line or like, is there, what happens here?
Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, as Sentry is connecting, she's going to look at Lord Voracitor in the eyes and just say, "My strength comes from those who believe in me. I need to be strong for them. You're weak here, Voracitor." And just like as the fist comes through them, flame erupts from the flame lance, and it just erupts like through his skull.
You just see him kind of like clutching his face. He like pulls away from you. He stumbles back, like his head aflame as he collapses to the ground, like just like clutching his face. Like,
No, I cannot fail. Hadar will. Please, Sentinel Prime. You do not understand. He will consume us all.
you just see his body collapse, and then you see that similar effect, the Matrix beginning to like just crystallize and turn to dust, that you'd seen on Dominators before when they've fallen. But that's, one attack. Herald is like reaching out a hand. Prime now!
Yeah, I'm going to reach out and grab Herald's hand.
As soon as your hands kind of touch and connect, your vision turns bright golden, Sentry. For a moment, you are in the river of the Matrix, this golden amber river filled with the sentiences and souls of dozens of Guardians. But floating alongside you is Herald. You can feel Herald's presence. She appears as almost a white spectral form with the glorious wings, all the battle damage, the replaced limbs, all of that gone, appearing like she once did in visions, like a Valkyrie almost. You see her open her eyes, and it's like they kind of stretch on forever. Sentinel Prime, I'm connected to approximately 798 Guardians present here in the City of Glass. I'm afraid that this may be the only time we can use the conduit. I don't think it will be able to last any further transferences. But right now we have a chance to reach all of them.
Then let's do it. Let's reach as many as we can.
You understand the consequences?
I do.
So do I. And as you reach out, you feel that Herald takes on all of that strain. So normally you understand the rules, right? The DC goes up for every Guardian you want to affect, and if you fail it by a certain amount, you get exhaustion levels. If you try and reach too many Guardians, 798, there's no way you could possibly succeed. You would take the maximum amount of failures. Herald takes all of it. For those of you on the lower levels, the wall of light, Ayla, the giant hand, the Guardians eventually start pulling themselves through, and then all of a sudden they stop. And you watch as their dull, lightless matrices and eyes suddenly flare to life. And Sentry, through your mind in a matter of moments, you just send out surges of Guardian sentences. You pull hundreds of them from the Matrix, dragging in this vast amounts, and all of it is channeled through Herald. Like, for every single soul that goes in and out of the Matrix, it, rather than going through you, tiring you, exhausting you, you watch as it slowly and surely drains Herald of everything she has left. Until at last, it stops. Herald kind of just weakly collapses.
Sentry would just like go out to grab her, like hold her up.
I wanted to thank you.
Thank you, Herald, for everything. For bringing me here.
I did not deserve a second chance. Thank you.
Yes.
For giving me one.
You're amazing, Herald. I'll never forget you. You will always be a part of me.
Always. Till all are one.
And with
Till
that,
all are one.
that spectral form becomes just another essence. A very quiet, diminished, will not recover for a very, very, very long time essence. As will the near 800 other Guardian souls that now rest within the Matrix, as many more fresh ones emerge into the world. For the rest of you down below, Quill and Nova especially, a voice calls out from behind the wall of light.
Friends of Sentinel Prime, we no longer represent a threat. Please allow us to pass through.
She did it. Get rid of the wall of light. I think she's done it. I think we're safe.
It's already gone. As soon as I heard that, it's gone.
So you see, like, kind of pulling themselves up, like this terrifying visage of rusted and broken Guardians kind of pull themselves through, but then they stand upright, or they kind of hunch and slouch in strange ways. One of them kind of walks over and tips a hat that they're not wearing, and looks and says,
Thank you kindly, friends of Sentinel Prime. I'm Lasso. I believe that there's quite a few of us here who are ready to serve our purpose. A few more are in the city, and we're currently engaging the forces outside the City of Glass. But I'm not sure we're going to have much safety here. Many of the forces are en route.
Well, I believe all of you here would at least want to meet your Prime first.
Very much so.
She's just upstairs, waiting for you.
Cool. When you guys head upstairs, you can see Sentry like holding sort of like a collapsed Herald. You can see Sentry, like as you come out of it, you're all sort of on your knees in front of the conduit. Herald's body, which was this previous kind of like golden guardian with wings and like 2 replaced limbs, the whole body has turned slate gray. Like the Matrix, the metal, the body itself, the whole thing has just gone dead slate gray, completely lifeless.
Sentry, are you okay?
Yes. Yes. I'm okay. Herald served her purpose. And she was amazing. So amazing. But she's with me now.
You see 3 Guardians kind of emerge from behind the pillar. Chipper and Scout, who you recognize. And then one more Guardian missing a hand, as the body of Rook places a hand on Sentry's shoulder.
Sentry will turn around and see Rook and just fly into his arms. Just give him the biggest hug. You came back. You're back. After so long.
I'm sorry to say, Sentinel Prime, I am not Rook. Rook requires much more rest. My name is Bishop. I was the other protector of Queen Astoria. I'm here to take Rook's place.
The more the merrier.
For now. I can assure you, you saved Rook, and he's resting now.
You're all here. Everyone's here.
This moment of joyous peace is somewhat disrupted as you begin to hear the sounds of arcane artillery and barrages hammering down into the glass city. Quill, you receive a very hectic and staticky sending spell from Danica. It goes along the lines of Keelek, interference kind of breaking through. Keelek, turned guns, your position, given up, en route, friends, escape plan.
Okay, I mean, yeah, with the 25 words back, I'll try and say, where we are at the moment, this tower on the map. Just describe that, and that we'll work on something. I don't know how much of the message will get through, but yeah, then I'll turn to everyone and say, we need to get out of here as soon as we can. The guns have turned on Horizon and probably all the other ships as well. We need to figure out how to get everyone, I assume, out of here as soon as we can.
Danica mentioned previously that she could bring agents here to cast teleportation circle to get all the guardians out, but we need to get back first to bring them through. I can teleport. I can teleport a few of us, but not 800 of us.
Chipper will turn around and say, Sentry, there were humans outside the City of Glass and other guardians as well, ones that came with us. They were fighting off the armies, the forces here. I think we need to help them. Send the guardians, send us.
Okay, if this is going to be the guardians' first defense of Aerois, then let's make it happen now.
All right. Bishop turns around and kind of takes on more of a command role.
Guardians, it's time to put these new bodies to use. We march to war. Let's go help our brothers and those that aided us.
And you see all of these guardians that kind of created this ladder out of this titan. They turn around and pulling out broken weapons, fetching weapons from other fallen guardians, broken pieces of glass. They begin surging down and out of the City of Glass in a sort of coordinated effort towards the front of the city, where they intend on delivering a very unexpected surprise attack on whatever forces await them out there. What about the rest of you? What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I can take us all back to Horizon with the book, but if there's a better way to get people here, I can just take us straight back.
What if you take us back, and then I can bring people back here to cast a more permanent teleportation circle?
That makes sense.
Yeah, that sounds like it'll work.
In that case...
Okay, let me take something from here. If I can take something from here, then it makes it better for me to lock on here.
Do you want to use the tower as the teleport point, or?
It's quite unstable, isn't it?
It's quite unstable, and it's also quite far away from where the Guardians are all going to fight. You could move towards like the big marketplaces that you were in earlier. That was like a big wide open area, and it was closer to the front. You could use something like that. Yeah. But I mean, looking around, the only things really here, the conduit, by the way, is like it seems to be burnt out, almost like it's been scorched by fire. You can see it kind of smoldering. You do still see the body of Voracitor, his flail kind of like still gripped in one hand, and his matrix slowly crumbling, like it's about halfway, broken down. You've got Herald's body with you. Everybody else, all of the other Guardians have all made their way, are making their way down to join this battle.
It could be safer if we go from the marketplace. I'm sure there's enough time for us to get there. I kind of hate the idea of bringing people here. It's a bit of a mess.
Let's get going. Sentry, you ready?
I'm ready to go.
Do you want
Let's
to?
go.
Do we take Herald with us?
Yeah, I'll pick up Herald's body.
Okay.
Is Sentry's looking pretty beat up, right? You're looking pretty rough. I think Ayla would probably go up to Sentry and just hold her arms out and say, I can take it. You get more rest. You don't need an extra burden right now, Sentry.
Thank you, Ayla. And I'll pass Herald's body over to Ayla.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. There's no more threats in the city. You guys make your way out of the tower, and without feral guardians here, and whatever forces were once here, whether Dominator or Gisellan are either occupied by fighting the guardians or have retreated. You do hear the sound of arcane artillery and barrages kind of going off, and looking up, you can see not just Horizon joining the fight. There are other airships with blue heraldry, blue and white and silver heraldry, which you recognize as Gusthaven airships.
Hell yeah.
And as you are leaving the tower, one familiar airship flies down, swooping down. You see a green clad, the ship looks repaired. The Storm Chaser looks as it did. It looks repaired, and it looks like construction has begun on adapting the Storm Chaser. It wasn't finished, but it looks like a superstructure was being built to stop it being open-decked. It looks like they were going to contain the open deck and create more of a covered and interior design system. You can see like the frameworks of something that was started but not quite finished. And there are a few, obviously all of the crew is there. You see Kamara, you see Howard, you see Faith, you see like all of the crew. Penny, the ballistas have been replaced by full arcane cannons. They are no longer manual limited. They are like, and you see Penny like screaming as she's like shooting at these other airships like on the way through. You also see another person on the ship who seems to be taking a vetted interest in these new cannons. Well, two in fact. Positioned in the other cannon, you see Thalia kind of calling out like, good shot, Penny, aim up high, and like she's like calling out directions and stuff, as well as Azaria Perel, the Enchantress, who is kind of monitoring everything with a kind of like overview of like a craftsman, like, yes, this is working as intended. Yes, this looks very well. The Storm Chaser swoops down low after kind of cutting in half one of these airships' weapons, and it kind of swoops in low enough for you guys, and like Aerois kind of leans over like, Captain, I'm sorry that we are so late. Perhaps we can offer you a little ride out of here.
Oh, we're glad to see you. Let's go.
You too as well, Captain. Everyone on board. Ship shape. We've got the captain and the officers on board now. And everyone kind of like gives a quick Storm Chaser salute as they all go back to their positions as you pull everybody up onto the Storm Chaser.
Hell yeah.
Can I just grab something like from the city? I guess are we in the marketplace at this point, or like?
Yeah, sure. Like you're definitely in an open area. Yeah, in the marketplaces, you can grab like a broken piece of glass.
Do Smasher and Sweep and
Chipper,
Barrier
Chipper and Scout.
Yeah, all of those guys will be there. But I mean, all of the other Guardians are here in the city. Chances are that whatever Herald did, they're all connected. Like they know what was going on. So they'll probably be with the major force that's just gone on to fight.
Okay. Okay.
To save a little bit of storytelling, and so we don't have any rolls, the Gisellan forces that were sent here were not expecting what happens. They were not expecting a flying fortress ship to arrive. They were not expecting airships from Gusthaven to arrive. They were not expecting nearly 800 fully trained combat guardians and warriors to come surging out of the City of Glass unexpectedly. The battle for the City of Glass maybe takes less than an hour before the Gisellan forces retreat. They will be back, but it gives you enough time, both you and Horizon, enough time to take all of the Guardians to Horizon, to take the Sanzian Defense Force, the guerrilla fighters who are holding the line. You bring them all to Horizon and to begin getting away. You won't be able to stay here, but Danica is basically saying, get everybody into the city and we are leaving before they can muster more forces, especially Valkyrian ships. We need to go before they can send reinforcements.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely follow that order, I guess. Do what we can to round up people. Use the...
So it takes a few hours, but you guys get everybody to Horizon and aboard the airships. The Gusthaven airships come down and load up troops. Whole platoons of Guardians board Gusthaven warships, and you take off and begin making a retreat away from Gisela.
Away from Gisela? Okay.
Well, Quill, I mean, you can, if you want to make a case for the Storm Chasers, you've got the Storm Chaser. You can command where the Storm Chaser goes.
I really want that treasure. I found it on Sentry as well, this treasure scroll thing. Or I found it with Sentry, thematically, I suppose. I don't know. I had it since episode 1, you guys. That's my case. Quill says, I've had it since episode 1. Does that make sense to anyone?
What does episode 1 mean? Have you been hit on the head again?
You okay?
There is a place, if we're going to leave Giselle for probably a permanent amount of time, I think now is the perfect time to just go there, pick up the treasure, and then we can just get out of here.
Ariah's eyes light up at the word treasure. When you're talking about this, Ariah's like, treasure? And she's like, well, if we want to get any treasure here, now is the best time to do it, before they reinforce their borders with more forces. If we want to grab anything nearby...
Dip in, dip out. Ariah, here's the treasure scroll. I know you'll enjoy this.
Well, hold on
here.
Ancient
pre-war treasure.
It does have to go through the captain, Quill. And I'm sorry to say it, but...
No, but
this 180 is going to make you throw up. Ariah!
Bring down the sail, Captain! She spins the wheel. And as Horizon and the other airships are making their way, Danica will send a communication of basically let's meet up at these locations. Let's meet up on the Hawksdawn Archipelago borders or something like that. And we'll send a rendezvous point. But the Storm Chaser wheels off as you go in chase of a small treasure left
treasure
behind.
Scroll that we had since episode 1, so it's probably like a level 1 spear.
If this is the most mundane shit, I bet it will be.
Let me
experience.
Hey, look.
20 gold.
I'm going to do a classic DM here. Roleplay amongst yourselves for a minute whilst I bring up some old notes of mine.
Does this count as a short rest? Can we be short resting while we're doing this?
You can take a long rest while you do this.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's been so long.
Woo!
I think Lucius would definitely take a moment to speak with Nova and just thank her for that resolve. Thank you so much. I've been going through a lot of troubles recently, and I needed that. I needed that restart, like you said. And I proved myself today. And it was all thanks to you.
Hey, no, look. It was there all along inside you. I just needed to shout at you a little bit, maybe. But you did that, Lucius. You did that. And the crystal
I bloody
that you
did, didn't I? I bloody did.
It was amazing.
I'm sorry for saying
and you should
the word.
own that. You should 100% own that. It was the best thing I've ever seen. And you held back all those guardians as well. And
I didn't mean to hurt them so much, but in the moment they were feral and all that. So I hope Sentry isn't upset with all that.
I think she'll be okay. But if anything ever happens again, just I've got your back, okay? I don't necessarily know the right things to say or do, but just know that I believe in you, and if that helps you just a little bit, then that's good.
It absolutely helps a little bit, and I'll be honest with you, Nova, it's not going to be easy for me. I'm going through some things, but I wish to talk about them more and be more open and not hide it. The things that have happened recently, they keep me up at night. I have flashbacks. So it's going to be a journey, but I want to do better for everyone.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Lucius. That was really brave for you to open up, and I know it must have been really hard, and I know everyone here has your back 100%. And look, I'm not the best with words, but here, let me just and I take out a little scroll, and it's like a really scrunched up little tiny scroll that I had kept in like a tiny pocket. This is what my dad wrote for me before I left, and I want to share it with you a little bit. He said, "You must never give in to despair. Allow yourself to slip down that road, and you surrender to your lowest instincts. In the darkest times, hope is something you give yourself, and that is the meaning of inner strength. Here, have this, and read it when you need it."
He'll grip it with slightly shaking, silk-gloved hands, and you'll see a little bit of beading up in his eyes. He's like, "Well, I've got to go do captain things. Thank you, Nova." And he'll kind of awkwardly walk away from that. But you can see he's clearly touched by that sentiment.
Nice. Anything else from anyone
man.
during your long rest?
I miss my family.
Ayla's gonna spend a bunch of time telling the crew of all the awesome battle things that happened at the tower. She'll be like, and then there was this huge construction, and like fists came through the walls, and then Sentry lifted up his hand, and there was a big blast of fire, and then we thought we were going to be overrun. There were so many guardians, and then all of a sudden they were fine. They were good. It was so awesome, guys. So
Howard
awesome.
is completely riveted. He's like, "No, I don't believe it. Oh, that's the best news ever. Oh, no." He's like really invested in the whole thing and just completely goes up and down with every telling of the story. The wolf pack are like enamored. They just sit there like, "Oh, yeah. Their tails wagging and their ears, drooping and stuff like that at the right moments. Kamara kind of watches it all with an amused kind of look as it all goes on. As you're telling this, Quill, you're kind of directing Aerois, who takes a very vested interest in this treasure. She's like, "Oh, yes, treasure. Yeah, show me." And the two of you kind of coordinating, looking over the maps and like scanning the side. You think you find the area, this kind of open glade where you can see a statue from distance. And as she brings in the airship down low, it takes a few hours to reach it. And as you bring the airship down low, you do see this kind of beautiful, tranquil forest glade, and there is an old ruined statue there. You can see that there are the sites of maybe once a pilgrimage or some sort of, maybe that this was like once like a memorial site or a holy site or something, part of the old Valkyrian war, something that was constructed afterwards. And it seems to show the statue is of an enormous dragon, but not a dragon unlike one you've ever seen before. Not like the dragons that you've seen with the Dragonborn and the Corsari and those who fought against Valkyrian. It almost looks like a devil and a demon combined with a dragon. It has fiendish qualities like jagged scales and horns and spiked tails. It looks very, very vicious, very evil by the looks of it. But standing up to it, you see a single knight with a very long, curved, almost like an elongated katana, kind of pointing up towards it, with a great kind of cape flowing out behind him. He's like pointing up towards it. And then at his side, carrying a lance, is a young squire. You see like a young boy just in like a simple tabard, and he's carrying like a lance with him. And he stood next to the knight, and the two of them are facing off against this hell-like dragon. And you find the statue. I mean, that's what you find here so far, though, Quill.
Yeah, so the note, the note pretty much says that the knight and his squire were laid to rest in a tomb, a day's pilgrimage from the City of Glass. The lance they had used to defend our world stood between them, a symbol passed down between heroes. a statue of the great deed, the death of the hell dragon, Lazengarath, built in a great glade of flowers and stone shrines to our beloved Star Mother. I mean, if it's a tomb, is there like...
There must be some sort of entrance, right? There must be maybe a secret door on the statue or something?
There has to be, maybe hidden somewhere around here. I mean, I'll wander around the back of the thing and try and...
Make a perception check for me.
What? 14 with a plus 11?
I love it because every time you say perception check and he goes, does terribly.
I mean, yeah, looking at the statue, there's got to be some way, but you don't immediately see it. This is pretty old and worn, but I mean, the ground feels fairly uneven. Like maybe there is like some sort of complex under here, but you don't see a way in.
I'm assuming this is like some mechanical entrance, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'll try detect magic.
Oh yeah, detect
also
magic.
Have a look around.
There is a faint trace of magic on an inscription at the front of the statue.
Okay. Probably should have read this one first.
The inscription reads, apologies, I am making a little bit of this up as we go. The statue reads, "May a knight and a squire, hearts conjoined, for whom towards spirals a path of destiny, may pass."
A knight and a squire. I mean, I feel like I'd be slowly... Whoever wants to come down, by the way, can also come down. But like, Sentry's a knight. I don't know who the squire would be. Let's call it me.
Well, yeah, surely you traveled with her. You carried for her. You attended to her when you first met her. Sounds like a squire to me.
Well, Sentry, I mean, it's a really nice glade down there anyway. You have to see it.
Well, of course I'll come with you. You're not going to go down there by yourself.
Okay. So like Sentry comes down and the two of you kind of look around the statue. When the two of you approach the statue, there is a faint glow. There is a kind of greenish glow that forms around the statue and around the knight and his squire. And a section of the statue, the base, begins to collapse into the ground, and it reveals a staircase leading down.
I can't believe it. Sentry, I'm your squire. What does that mean? What do I have to do for you? Do I have to carry your stuff?
I've never had a squire before. Keep doing what you're doing.
I will keep doing what I'm doing.
Essentially, like pat Quill on the back.
Sure. Okay. What about the rest of you guys? Are you going to go down with them, or are you just watching this from the deck of the ship, or taking a well-earned rest while Quill goes treasure hunting?
If Quill's okay with it, I'm going because I smell puzzles, and Nova loves puzzles.
Sure.
Anyone else coming down? Come on down to Treasure O'Clock.
Lucius is like,
Lucius is he's buzzed now. He's shared his like deep issues with someone, and now he's like on that little high, so he's going around checking on all the crew.
Aww.
Well, I think as well, Lucius, like Faith would come up and like hasn't spoken to you in a long time, and he's like checking in with you and making sure you're okay, and probably is kind of like fussing over you a little bit, like, you haven't eaten, like, I should get you, do you want some food? And like she's like, maybe, and she's like fussing over you a little bit, like
it's
making
okay.
sure you're comfortable.
It's okay. I
know.
I feel good. I feel like there's something that I can carry on with, some purpose.
I'm glad. Well, if you need anything, just say. Don't let the and let's make sure that the wolf pack don't get too boisterous. I think they're a bit excited. They've been cooped up in Gusthaven. We need to get some discipline back in on the ship.
Right. Where are they? Just around?
Oh God, I don't know. Where are they? Boys, and she's like calling out, and Kamara's just like, they're downstairs. Fair, stop panicking. I've sent them all down there to just rest while this Quill is off treasure hunting.
Got this. Lucius will walk down to where they're resting.
Sure.
Everyone!
Captain! Is there another fight?
No! Quill is looking for treasure!
Treasure! They're just like cheering and like, where is it? Can we go fight some?
You can go stretch your legs if you like, but don't interrupt
and they
don't go near the statue.
Oh, okay.
Have a run around.
Yeah, and like kind of packs of dogs and wolves, the second they get off and in the grass, they fight with each other, they're running around.
Okay, Sentry, delicately, you have to wander down carefully. What is happening?
The wolf pack, they've escaped!
They've escaped.
I think Ayla would. They've escaped. Ayla's probably going to go down to the statue and just be like, "Nah, I'm going to take a nap," and she's going to slump down just beside the entrance that they've gone into, like kind of.
There's like flower beds
an
and
eye
stuff.
On stuff. And she's just
there's
gonna
like
have a little
loads of
nap on the
nature here.
grass.
Yeah, this has been a while since
Enjoy.
you've been in lowland nature. Nice, cool.
Yeah,
All
she's
right.
gonna like to. It's all been sky cities and airships, and I think Ayla's just gonna take a little time to appreciate the ground.
Take your boots off, stick your feet in the dirt. Yeah, nice.
Do that.
Well, Nova, Sentry, and Quill, you guys begin making your way down the stairs. Every now and then, Quill, you do detect magic that seems to be some sort of like sensory ward, and it sort of pauses over you, the three of you, and then nothing happens, and you continue. You don't seem to be any traps or things like that. The stone door that led you in here, as soon as you get far enough down these stairs, it closes behind the three of you here, like it settles back in place. Sentry's matrix kind of lighting up the hallway that leads down. Following the staircase, it leads you into a series of tombs that look like they belonged to maybe a platoon of warriors here. All of them marked with the same sort of symbol, a kind of a flaming skull with a kind of a lance shape behind them, kind of like a split lance. And each of them seem to be marked. All of them, judging by like the way the sarcophaguses have been carved and the tombs, these all look like they were war heroes. They died in the war. Moving past, though, these all seem to be side chambers that lead to a much larger antechamber. And here you find once again two sarcophagi, one slightly smaller, and carved onto the lids of them, you see effigies of a great knight with a curved blade, and then the squire holding the lance. And as you approach, the room seems to grow cold. The light dims. A faint green glow begins to emerge. Two spectral figures. A knight with a big grin, like a real sort of charismatic, kind of like flowing long hair, big wide grin, suit of armor with this kind of curved longsword resting on one shoulder very casually, and a big cape draped down his side, just kind of grins at you. The squire, this other spectral figure, all kind of ghostly blue. He looks a little older than the pictures and the statue made him, maybe more of a sort of late teen, young man. His tabard still kind of loose fitting, no armor, just has like a neckerchief kind of tied around his neck and a simple tunic and big boots. But he carries the lance, and he kind of nervously looks around and smiles and nods at you. And the knight just proffers a hand towards you.
Towards Sentry or?
All three of you. It doesn't seem to be directed to any one of you.
I'll take his hand.
When you do, you feel like a surge and there's a flash of imagery, Sentry. And it's a familiar sight to Sentry because it is of the war, the Valkyrian War. You see a great beast summoned, this hell dragon, this beast from another world brought here to serve as some sort of great line-breaking monster, wreaking havoc across Aerois long before, as a way to kind of disrupt forces, flying from place to place. And this knight, in battered, broken armor, not the pure armor that you see the ghost and the statue in, but broken and battered with this kind of curved sword on one shoulder, is standing up to it, kind of leading a gaggle of what look like to be bandits. They look to be brigands and ruffians brought together by this cause, and they leap from mountains onto the thing's back, plunging in daggers with chains, and as they fall to the ground, they attempt to slam these chains into the ground, trying to hold this beast down, while their knight tries to swiftly chop and fight. Meanwhile, cowering is this young boy, this squire, no lance to be found, and atop the dragon itself is a wicked looking Valkyrian knight with this lance, and you can see it's made from a kind of alloy that you've never seen before, and it glows with a purple energy. And as they fight, the two of them clash, the dragon breathing fire and death around of all of these brigands and companions, and eventually the knight throws his curved sword and impales the knight, who falls from its mount, the lance crumbling from his hand, but not before the knight himself is impaled by one of the dragon's claws. And as he looks over, he kind of looks to the young boy and just grins. The young boy picks up the lance, the one that was dropped by the knight, and he charges forward and stabs it through the dragon's corpse, impaling it, killing it, delivering this final blow with this impressive lance that seems to almost surge with light when he uses it. And then the vision ends, and the knight kind of stands there, and silently, without saying a word, he kind of nods at the boy, and then kneels, as almost in sort of respect. And then the boy holds out his hand.
Yeah, I'll take his hand.
Quill, you get a vision now. The boy holding the lance, his friends kind of dead around him, some of the brigands still surviving, kind of pick him up and herald him as this hero. They take him to towns, and as he grows older, he becomes a soldier, and he takes the place of the caped man that was fighting before him. And with this lance in hand, they take it to great weaponsmiths and arcanists, and they remove what they think is the taint of Valkyrian, and instead they replace it with a magic of their own, with enchantments and powers of Solvin and other nations. And as the boy comes to use it, it becomes an extremely powerful weapon, and he uses it to bring down giant mechs of Valkyrian, troops and war machines, until eventually he too is felled in battle. And those who survive take him and the corpses, and they bury it in this tomb, with the lance buried with the boy.
So they come from the City of Glass then before?
No, they you don't know where they came from. They seem to, like, the boy, you never saw it. In Sentry, there's no real indication of where they come from, but they look like they were just like bandits or like peasantry. They didn't look like they came from a like Solvin or any noble city. These were probably like raiders, people that lived out in the mountains, maybe of what is now Giselle, or maybe of somewhere else. But these simple heroes kind of rose up out of nothing, found this legendary weapon, and then used it to go on fighting and to defeat Starbane forces and all of this kind of stuff. And they became like little legends in their own right.
I think after I come out of the vision, I'll sort of step back and say, "We mean not disturb your rest. We stand before you as the champion of Hesper and Prime of the Guardians."
The bigger ghost just kind of waves his hand silently. He doesn't seem to be able to speak, just kind of like waves his hand. He like rests a hand on your shoulder and just kind of gives you this big goofy grin. And then he looks at the smaller squire, takes his hand and looks to you, and he just says, you can read his lips, Quill. He says, "We are brothers. It is time." I'm thinking of what to say here. Our job was to carve a path towards the future for all those that would follow it. We were miners, drillers, diggers. It was always our job to carve the way for the next generation.
Oh. And we will continue that journey for you, for future generations. So others may take our path as well.
Be bold. Be strong. Be brave. Live well. Die well.
Nice.
And with that, they kind of begin to fade, and the tombstones, the lids of the sarcophagus glow, and like the door, they split in half and slide to the sides. And inside the young squires is a lance. It's weird. It doesn't look like the kind of lance that you would use mounted. It almost looks like a lance designed for somebody to wield on foot. Like you hold it in one hand and you can thrust with it and parry with it, almost like a sword or a giant spear. And along its kind of long conical shaft are like these spiraling lines of silvery metal and runes that seem to go down the trace of it. You hear the only thing you hear from the ghostly voices, and you suspect it's the young man's. You hear a name of this lance: Starbreaker.
Oh. I mean,
That's pretty sick, bruh.
pretty sick, bro. So is this like huge for me, or like?
I mean, it would be, not being a warrior, it would be difficult to wield, but no, you think you could try and use it. It's definitely suited to somebody who fights in melee for sure.
Yeah, I think, I'll walk alongside Sentry to retrieve it, but I don't think I'll take it for myself.
Nova, while they're doing that, you do notice that there are some inscriptions on the sarcophagi. The knight sarcophagus, and it strikes you because you've heard the name somewhere before. It's been referred to. It's the same name as the City of Glass. This knight was called Sir Camina, and the young squire was called Simone.
Nice.
You've got some very excited people in chat, Mark.
I know. This has been here since episode 1, and nobody's been more excited about it than me.
I mean, also,
but I'm not gonna. You guys don't know it, so it's fine.
I don't know what it is.
Exactly. But yeah, the City of Glass was called Camina City. That was what it was called.
yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, it's being referred to as that. But yeah, what about Sentry and Quill?
Want to go get that spear? Go get Starbreaker?
Yeah.
Go get it, my dude. I don't think I'll be great with it.
I think Sentry will, before she goes to get it, she'll turn to face Quill and place a big old hand on his shoulder.
I mean, I'm gonna screw that. I'm gonna hug Sentry, and
they'll hug you
say,
back then.
Thank you for protecting me all this time. It's so long ago since we first met, and in the lowlands, well, I wouldn't have made it without you. If you'll be the knight, then I will be the squire 1,000,000 times.
Thank you for waking me, for giving me a future. I've always looked to my past and saw failure in that. And now I see that my future is aligned with all of you. And I'm ready to forge that path forward. I'm ready to let the past go and keep moving. Let's save Aerois.
When you say that, Sentry, kind of pulse of green energy down goes along the spiral of the lance.
I'll pick up the lance.
I mean, touching this lance, you can feel this is a powerful magical weapon.
For the future of Aerois. I'll stand strong as long as I can.
Nice. Right.
So I guess we don't know what it is yet.
I need to again. I wasn't expecting you to actually convince them to go and get it, so I didn't have it ready.
It was just like
I don't have it ready in D&D Beyond.
This place.
I will say this, Sentry. It is a +3 weapon. So this is a +3 magical weapon, and it does a d6 of force damage on hit. So it does an extra d6 of force damage on a hit, and it has another property that you can use once per day.
Cool.
And we could have got this at level 1.
If you had come here at level 1, it would have been in its unrepaired state. I actually had 3 states depending on when you came and found this.
Wow.
Oh,
You're just basically
getting
getting it at the
rocked
fixed
up.
state. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, well, I got it.
Epic.
Oh. I guess, yeah. So, turn around. See Nova.
Actually, I kind of actually want to retcon and say that Nova didn't go in. I, Kim, as a player, misunderstood and thought maybe it was like a little mini dungeon with puzzles, and I'm a real sucker for puzzles. But I think on seeing that it's a squire and knight situation and kind of having drawn the link to Quill, I think actually I was thinking Nova would perhaps take Thalia on a little date to show her some of the greenery around the area, because I don't know if she's ever seen greenery before, like flowers and stuff.
Okay, so you
she's a space pilot. Was she seeing grass? I don't know.
Let me finish. You get Thalia off the ship and you like take her to somewhere quiet, and what does like Nova say? Like, oh, I thought I'd show you. Like, what does Nova say to her?
I thought you might like to see this. There's grass. I don't know if you've ever seen grass because you've been on a spaceship like forever. This is a daisy. Its technical name is Daisius.
Nova, darling.
Or something.
I was a fucking princess of the Feywild. I know what fucking grass is. I come from a world of nature and flowers. Do you not think I've seen a daisy before, you adorable little nerd? And then she just like grabs you and basically offers a kiss if you want one. Like underneath all of this thing, just like looks at you, holds your face, is like, you adorable little nerd.
I forgot. I got hit on the head a lot in that last mission.
Oh, she'll probably just kiss your head and be like, well, let me do this, and then that's it. And then like she'll hold you, and then just sort of like hold you, and she's like, it's very kind and sweet. But yeah, she's a bit sort of like, you nerd. You dummy.
That's the perfect kind of awkward nature of the date I was hoping for.
Yeah, like Nova's like, oh, I'm gonna do this because she's never seen the grass before.
It's like the perfect idea, right?
Yeah, and then she's like, you little
idiot. Idiot.
I come from the fucking Feywild.
Shit.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, the 8 wisdom showing there. But yeah, Quill and Sentry, you return, the doors open.
I mean, we come out, I guess, Ayla laying in the grass. All the
wolves running around.
Wolfpack just running around going nuts. And Nova off in the distance, being called a fucking idiot.
So
I think,
away from everyone else.
I think Sentry will look at the scene in front of her, like everybody enjoying the grass and just saying, "This is the Aerois I want to fight for. This is Starbane can't take this. We can't let him. Look at it. Look at our world. Look what it is. It's wonderful. We can't lose it."
I mean, with all of us at your side, he'll have to do a lot to take it from us. We've fought a lot to keep him from this place. I mean, there's more to go, but we're stronger than we ever were. Ayla?
Huh? Yeah. Grass. Dogs are playing.
Great, yeah.
Great. Yeah. Fighting. You know me. Give me a target and I'm all good.
Sorry,
I'm
I thought
sticking with you.
Thought I heard a snore for a second there.
No, definitely didn't fall asleep. Not at all.
Okay.
So,
Where's Lucius?
I'm in the Storm Chaser.
he's been doing captain stuff.
Captain things. Just captain things.
He said, and I quote, Captain things. That's where he is.
Well, what I would like to say at this point is you guys probably will head back. You will rendezvous with Horizon. I would very much like, when you get back to Horizon, Danica, Rain, Prince Aradan, and many others have updates and work for you. The attack on the City of Glass, the rescuing of the Guardians, has forced Callus and many other nations that have sided with him to start taking actions. Small military actions, ones that Horizon can't maybe just fly into directly. Valor has not cracked any of the Titan demiplanes, the domains yet. I would like us to have a kind of time skip of maybe sort of 3-4 weeks. I would like you guys, before next time we play together, I would like you guys to think about what would your characters get up to. Now, you can be like sent off a military mission. So like for Ayla, does it make sense that Ayla would go and maybe try and go and speak to the Wild Elves or try and pursue that on her own? Or just be happy to be like, hey, send me on missions to go and fight forces where I'm needed. Same with Sentry. Maybe it's like working with the Guardians as like a military unit to go and like help and defend and rescue places. Maybe for Nova and Lucius, it's like working on the Storm Chaser together or developing things and stuff like that. Quill, maybe it's prayers. Maybe it's trying to reconnect with Siaska in some way to get some of those clerical abilities back or something like that. But I'd like you guys to have a bit of time so that we can have a bit of a time skip here. And, you know, rather than thinking like, oh, but we want to do this and do that, there's still going to be time for those things. Like I know Ayla wants to go and see the Wild Elves up in Al Saraf in the Frozen North. We can make that a whole arc. We can do that like we've done the Sentry thing. We can do a separate thing for that. But just like give us a bit of time to space out, because this war is, you're going to start being pulled into, you need to sit down and have a treaties with the Dragonborn again, and you need to plan out military strategy with them. You need to fly over to this country and speak with the leaders there. The people in Savona need to speak with you. Oh shit, Callus has unleashed a bunch of tanks in Magitech tanks against this town. We need you to go and fight them. We're not going to necessarily play out all of those encounters, but you're constantly being pulled away and doing things. To represent this as well, you all level up to level 16.
Level 16.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Level 16.
Hell yeah.
So that's also a little kind of like representing you training and developing and learning all this cool stuff. But I want you guys to have a little bit of time to maybe do some stuff on your own as well, not just as like a whole big team.
Yeah,
like this is a chance to pursue some stuff on your own as well. You have like airships to ferry you around. You have teleportations to get you around. Like this is the perfect time to kind of do some of that stuff.
Awesome.
It doesn't always have to be every day as an immediate threat. You've done this huge thing. Rescuing the Guardians has given your alliance an enormous military advantage. Like Guardians, okay, you know, maybe there's 1,000 of them. That's not like an army. But the thing with Guardians is as long as Sentry is conscious and nearby, she can just take in their souls and put new ones back in and get them up and fighting again. They're kind of like, and they're trained. They have like millennia of battle prowess and tactics. They are an exceptional military force to use. They're like one of the biggest assets. That and Horizon, if you were to think of this like a XCOM Mass Effect game, Horizon and the Guardians and the fleets of airships from Gusthaven are like your 3 big military assets right now. And they let you do a lot of stuff for the war.
Cool. Awesome.
Nice.
We are officially at war.
Yes, the battle in the annals of Aerois history that will be written in the future. The battle for the City of Glass, as it will be called, was the point at which this kind of stalemate or this like impending threat kicked off. That is the point where it was like, right, it's go time.
Yep.
Cool. The
In the
battle
history
of the City
of Aerois, it simply says, and that's just when it fucking went. It just went from here onwards.
Awesome.
I'm probably going to put you on the spot here, but as we had like intelligence from the City of Glass and Gisela going to war, is there any intelligence from what Vortensar's doing? Are they just hunkering down? Like, do they
hunkering
do
down? Yeah. So at the moment, hunkering down, very defensive, not letting anybody get close. Borders are all shut down. People can't leave. People can't enter. Very, very defensive. And it has an impressive military. It also has a lot of Valkyrian forces defending it as well. Seems to be one of the key strategic locations of Callus's forces here on Aerois.
Okay.
So heavily built in. We can discuss that more in the 2 weeks. Like if you want to do, this is also an opportunity if you guys offline, or maybe as like little bonus streams, if we want to do like some one-on-one stuff. That's also a possibility if there's something you thought that you might want to do. Also, have a think about magic items. You guys have got a ton of money now. You've got some old magic items that you might want to sell or upgrade, or like, you know, if Sentry was willing to give up Her Majesty's Rose, it could be like built into the hammer, or like vice versa. Like you think about stuff like that you want to do. Or even Ayla, like you've got enough money, you could probably just pay to have the hammer upgraded, right? Like you can, you now have Azaria Perel. Cool. Think of Azaria Perel as your sort of your Q or your Tony Stark. Like she will make items for you. Because she is invested in seeing how far you're going to push things. Azaria Perel thinks that you are breaking boundaries of magic, and she is very excited to see what you're going to do. She also has big plans for the Storm Chaser. Arvel is willing to basically willing to bankroll the Storm Chaser's upgrades. He is willing to basically pay for the Storm Chaser to be developed as is needed to face the threats of Valkyrian. So your money doesn't need to be spent on airship upgrades now. It's your money. Spend it on your own stuff. The airship upgrades Arvel will pay for. And meanwhile, Valor, and this is probably going to be the first thing we do after this time skip, Valor is going to find the first Titan domain.
Hell yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm into that.
And then I'm thinking we'll do a Titan domain, and then Nova and Ayla, I know you both have some stuff you guys want to do. I was thinking we do something, one of you guys' things. So we do a Titan domain, because that'll be like we go in, we do a bunch of fights, and we come back out. And then we either do Vortensar or we do Alsaraf to go and see the other Wild Elves. Okay. And then we'll do another Titan domain, maybe more time skips, and we'll kind of alternate content like that.
Let's not read ahead on the chapter titles on all of these.
No, this is my, as a DM, I think it's important to kind of say, this is where I'm thinking it's going to go. It might not go that way. We all know how this campaign has gone. Like, who fucking knows? But that's kind of how I'm seeing it going.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, we'll just get teleported across the Astral Sea again at some point.
Well, yeah. That's why I'm not planning. I'm just thinking in very broad strokes.
Yeah.
Where else could we get teleported to? Where haven't we been?
Constitution to 20.
Oh
I
my
have
God.
206 hit points.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's all I got, okay? Let me have it. Let me have the hit points.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Ayla's thing, not dying. And doing lots of damage, by the way, as well. Fuck me.
Yeah.
So also, like, just as some transparency, I have been doing a lot of number crunching on high level combat. Expect like things like these Titan fights, expect things like AC to go up. Like putting you against monsters with 15 AC is fucking pointless. It's just like you might as well just hit him every turn. Might as well. Just like, yep, dead. Because unless you guys roll under 5, you hit. So
good to know.
I've been doing some number crunching.
Amazing. What a great episode.
What a little ending point for the City of Glass and the Guardians and the Prime. I mean, not to say that that's the ending of the Prime stuff, but that is a big sort of like Breeze dealt with, the Guardians rescued. Yeah, that's now Sentry, you've just got to stop. You've just got to stop Callus and Hadar.
Yep. Just a small fry,
Mate.
The big boys are already taken care of.
Yeah.
Nice, amazing. Well, in donation land, land of the money, we have new Alex with a $250, and they say, so I completed DMing a 3-year-long homebrew campaign last week.
Wow.
I want to say a big thank you to the people who were my intro to D&D when I found a quirky stream back in 2017. Thanks to
Wow.
Mark, Katie, Kim, Trot, even Matt too, Ree, and all the other players. Hang on. And also, New Alex donated again. $10 reduce, no message. Thank you very much. And Tom, no. Okay. Teflon Live donated. Thank you very much for that message. Grandmaster DJ. Hey, Tome. Don't forget the message you skipped last week. Also, remember when you tried to teleport into and out of that vault, even though Mark said it didn't work like 5 times? Haha, funny, right? But I have like 30 more characters to make. I don't remember that. The vault? Probably something I fucked up. It was me. Saramana with a half hundo. And Sari's hubby as well. Crispy did something completely unexpected, and it was much needed surprise. Hubby went giddy, ripping to open the Tim Tams. He sent goblin dice. Whoa! I missed the goblin who must not be named. No. Cliss, guys. Love you guys. Thank you very much, Saramana. Mere Kitty with a quarter hundo. Good luck today, high rollers. Kick that mecha's ass. Or, good job if you already did. Thank you. Hopefully no one dies. They didn't. I would watch, but I've got a 5 a.m. shift tomorrow, so need to be up at 3. Yikes. Excited to catch the VOD once again when it's out. Clear skies from Devon. Thank you very much, Mere Kitty. Grandmaster DJ again. I had something else to say, but Lucius just said you aren't welcome here, and holy fuck. Man, he really just walked away. I was going to say something about the Temple of Lovatar and Tolshank, but this episode is too fucking cool fucking hell, man. Yeah.
Pretty epic episode.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Musical Owl. Been lurking on the VOD since Lightfall episode 1. Don't know much, but I haven't been able to sleep recently, so I'm up at the moment. Question. Who wants spray paint art of their Aerois character next? I've done Nova and Thalia so far. We'll paint the whole gang. The painted prince.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take spray paint art. Thank you.
And also Sentry. I feel bad because Ree just put her hand up and then...
No, I was just like, first here. Hello. Yes.
Yes, me, please.
There you go, Musical Owl. Wi-Fi Knight with a half hundo. Thank you very much. Hey, high rollers. Clear skies from Lakeland, Florida. First time live and first chance to thank you all for the amazing inspiration and entertainment. Keep fighting the good fight. Thank you very much, Wi-Fi Knight. Varys with a donation, no message. Thank you. Chaotic Chroma has donated with, after a year of catching up, this is my first live episode, and holy cow, what an episode so far. I've been waiting for Lucius's first prismatic spray moment forever, and couldn't be happier to catch it live. There you go.
People are asking in chat, Lucius's eyes aren't permanently prismatic, no. They would have faded after a
They
minute.
happen when I do the big 8-level spell.
Yeah.
And also a higher level ability that you haven't got yet as well.
Serico.
Can I have it now?
I don't remember. When did you do that?
Can I have it now? I want it now.
Carry on, Tom.
Okay, Serico has donated with hashtag Sentry is our Prime, which does kind of ruin the whole simp messaging, but we can take COP.
Levels.
18th level.
I'll
my
take-
god. Grandmaster or Grindmaster DJ. Again, I missed the Avatar stream, but I'll catch up. Mark, please tell me you had or will have my cabbages moment.
We kind of already did.
Yeah. That was a bit of a...
We had a cabbage moment.
Yeah.
We jumped into a cabbage wagon.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you very
a
much,
moment.
Grandmaster DJ. Arboribus has donated with, hi all, can't watch live today, so hope all goes well. Mark, I wondered if there was a specific way you create names for your worlds and the places in them. I'm trying to create a world for my friends, and I'm rubbish at coming up with names. Clear skies.
World names, no. I just pick words that I think sound cool. Naming places, I tweeted about this recently. I find it very hard. I normally go with noun verb, or is it verb noun? I can't remember. So like Heavywood, Dark Road. It's like Dark Town. And then if you want to find ye olde wordy names for things, like Woad is woods. And you would say, oh, this is Dark Woad or Wold, and you use that instead.
Apparently Classic Pals are on, so we should probably stop for Yogs, and then we'll carry on high rollers.
Thank you for the
yes.
reminder.
Yeah.
Thanks, Yogis. Enjoy Parsec Pals. Bye.
It's a
Bye.
big yoggers for me.
Tom Trot's like, oh, fuck.
But
Look
also,
at the time.
now that we're on high rollers, that's a big poggers. It ain't yoggers anymore. Sorry. Teflon Live.
Hoggers?
What an amazing episode. This battle should be called the Battle of Broken Glass, not just in reference to the city, but the broken gem and how the destroyers were broken and flawed. The rest of this message is for those who can't donate less than 3. Thank you very much.
I heard a very good episode title suggestion, which was Herald's Call, which I thought was quite nice and fitting as well.
Yeah.
Very
Herald's
nice.
Call. I've written it down. There you go. Herald's Call. I like that. Also, there's been a lot of like episodes where it's like the something of glass, the glassy glass. Episode 58. It's all glass. Hamster tickler. It's summer, and you gave me goosebumps. Best episode ever. Again, I love you all. Thank you very much. Chaotic Chroma with a half hundo. Okay, and the episode continued to be absolutely legendary. And the amount of chills. You guys never fail to create such amazing cinematic moments. So many things I want to draw. So many epic moments. No more words. Tom, you treasure fiend. You're amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, that treasure was awesome. That was really cool. I like the little backstory of those guys.
Yeah, cool.
That was cool. Socialism for the win. If I could be so bold, I'd say it's in the top 5, not just of Aerois, but all High Rollers episodes. Lucius restarting, Herald's redemption, and Sentry's righteous retribution, and so much more. It's incredible how you always manage to raise the bar. Thank you very much, Socialism
Raise
for the
the
win.
roof?
And raise the roof. Fail has donated with, first, Avatar one-shot, amazing in every way. Second, this episode was incredible and cinematic and wonderful, and I have many, many feels. Go Sentry. Poor Herald. What a way to go. And yay for Lucius's emotional growth and super cool 100-plus episode old treasure. Yeah, it was great. Told you guys it would be worth it. Told you.
I can't believe it. I'm over 100 hit points.
He did it.
I can't power word kill him. I can't just power word kill him instantly now.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
god.
Over 200.
Yeah, all right. Okay, barbarian with double the dice. He gets a D6, you get a D12.
I rolled an
Let
8,
me have my
y'all.
moment.
Nice.
You have your
I
moment.
rolled an 8.
Die Cheese has donated with been around since Lightfall, but I believe this is my first donation. I spent the last 2 weeks catching up after missing a couple months due to some rough times. Thank you all for being such wonderful human beings. Keep the skies clear. Love y'all. Thank you very much, Die Cheese.
Thank you very
KB Man
much.
DS, a Garen Lagan reference in
Don't know
the
what I'm talking
year
about.
of our prime 2021. Mark, really? That
Don't know what I'm talking about.
literally.
Just about heaven-piercing drills, please, Mark, because
I don't know what you're talking about. What are they talking about? Crazy.
That literally killed me. Well, rest in peace, KB Man DS. Thank you, Kappa. Daft Day
Kappa.
41, donation and no message. Thank you very much. Varys with a quarter hundo. What a fucking roller coaster of emotions and excitement this episode has been. Thank you very much. And Grandmaster DJ. Until all are one. 07. I can't. Hey, real quick, what plane did those Guardians fall into? Ah, fucking not that one.
I think
Also-
it fell into the plane available on this Kickstarter here. Don't forget to link it in chat and check it
What
out.
a
Stargazer's Guide to
segue.
Aurora.
Holy
It probably
crap.
doesn't though, because those two worlds don't collide. But you could be in your own campaign if you get it. Thank you.
That was the most professional thing I've ever seen. That was amazing.
You haven't seen much professional shit then. Do you watch
Anybody else
anything?
ask my guy.
Every week there's a shit on Yogscast. I'm living for it.
There's also a gifted sub from Onward to Waffles and Bits. Another $50 dues from MK13 Wolf, and they say, "Wow, wee wah! What a fight! What a noble sacrifice! I hoped it wouldn't be necessary, but with all the build-up, she did have a big target on her back. Sentry is my prime, but Herald is my hero."
Cool.
And Tucker 2025 donates with, "Hey Tom, Final Fantasy 14 seems like the perfect game you could stream on twitch.tv/Amadeus Fink. Yep, no. Ace of Thorns has donated with, "Oh, you peeps, do a nice line in Epic. I'm in awe once again. Hugs all round and clear skies. And that's-
Nope.
It's just the immediate shutdown. Like, just nope.
Total shutdown.
I mean, fuck it. Watch it on Trot's channel instead.
Yeah, to be honest,
Kim's.
Tom is often there
Or
playing.
Marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, there's
Yeah,
a lot
I'm playing
of
it too.
streaming it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim's,
Oh,
not mine.
Jesus.
I'm with Tom. No.
Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning.
But anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for the many donations and follows and gift subs and everything. That was a lot.
Thank you, everybody.
This time round. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, God.
There you go. I'm done.
Amazing stuff.
Stick a fork in
Amazing
me.
stuff, everybody.
I said stick, not dick a fork in me. I just want to clarify that. It sounded in my head like I said dick a fork in me. I just want to clarify.
When is dick being a fucking verb, Tom?
No, because it, I mean, well.
Well, actually. Hey, Mark,
Well,
you wanna round this
everyone,
up?
it's been nice knowing you. This is our last stream on Twitch, to be honest. I think we're done.
Cancel us.
Christ.
Cancel
yeah.
us.
Cancel us. We're done. Stick a fork in us. We're done.
Yeah.
So what isn't done though? The development cycle for D&D Beyond, because they are coming
It's
out
not.
with new features
What
all
a
the time.
segue.
The most professional thing I've ever seen.
This is very unlike us.
A round of applause for that one.
Well done. Well
No,
done.
D&D Beyond's awesome. Check out the link. Use the
Please
link.
do.
Check
Thank
it out.
you. You're all here
That's
now.
it from
You've got
us.
nothing to do. Click the links. Thanks.
What you can do after this, if you've not seen it, go and watch our Animal Adventures Faraway Sea video. You've also got
Yeah.
Avatar Legends Part 1 coming up tomorrow, it sounds like. And then join us live on Thursday, 8 p.m. for Avatar Legends Part 2, where we conclude our thrilling adventure of our cool little 2-part Avatar game, which we're really enjoying. And then hopefully we will be back next Sunday for the next exciting episode of Aerois. There is, just as a heads up, there are some plans to potentially take some time off in August, but we will let you know more about that when we make some final plans. But until then, take care. We'll speak to you all very soon. We love you. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.